What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Appreciate you being here. And we have racing today, and we're about to go live here. About to have pre-race ceremony, so I wanted to go live before that happened. But green flag is going to be at 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern, and hopefully we can get this sucker in. I think all the rain is now moving out, and I think we should get this in, and it should be fun. We're going to bring you the live USA broadcast, audio broadcast, plus all the in-car cameras, the action cam, the aerial cam. Maybe not the aerial cam today with the cloud cover. We'll see what happens with that. But appreciate everybody being here. Mother Nature punishing NASCAR for giving Dylan the win. There we go. So let's get to the other channel. But thank you guys so much for hanging out for the Cabo Wabo 250. Should be fun. 125 laps, 250 miles at this track. So it should be fun here. And we're going to listen in here right now.
Made some adjustments to get these two drivers the speed that they need to secure their way into the top 16 or top 12.
And then AJ Allmendinger too off the announcement as well.
You know, AJ said almost everything I had written on my paper here, so I can't add much to him, but pay attention to AJ in these next 6 races. I think he can make a lot of noise.
And you can really add another junior motorsports driver to that category, Justin Allgaier. Man, they have had so much speed, DJ, lately, but they just haven't had the finishes to back that speed up.
Yeah, they've got to clean that up. You know, a lot of stage wins, fast cars, but they've got to figure out that last stage and how to get this man back to victory lane.
Well, after 3 weeks off, it's time for the Xfinity Series to get back into action. We get things kicked off with today's pre-race ceremonies from Michigan.
Please rise as you are able. Remove your hats, and veterans render a hand salute as the University of Michigan Air Force ROTC Color Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer today's invocation, please welcome from St. Francis de Sales High School, Father Jeff Rose.
Almighty God, as we gather here at Michigan International Speedway for another beautiful race day, our prayers are simple. We ask for just enough good weather to get this race in and keep our drivers and teams safe as they compete for us today. We ask all these things with great faith, hope, and love. Amen.
USA's in the chat, y'all.
Here to perform the Canadian anthem and Star Spangled Banner, please welcome Michigan International Speedway's own Lisa Bascom.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Everything looking good here in Michigan. Green flag for the NASCAR Xfinity Series just around the corner. We'll get the engines fired in the Irish Hills next on USA.
All right. Appreciate all the love there. That was different. I haven't heard a Canadian national anthem at a NASCAR event, but okay. We'll take that. But we're just waiting on the live cameras to come on. We'll see what happens. Canadians matter too. That's right, Dane. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. It was just different. I wasn't expecting that, but that's cool. That's cool. It's cool. I guess they're so close. You might as well. But appreciate everybody being here. Hope everybody's ready to have fun tonight. Let's go through the lineup here. We're waiting on the live cameras to come on. Let me know if you guys got the live cams yet, because I don't see them on our thing yet. So let me know if those are on. See if I can do it here. NASCAR live camera. There's that one. Okay, we got that one up. Do that. Battle cam. I got a plan today, so we don't have the commercials much, but we'll see how that goes. Hope everybody's ready to have some fun. Let's go through the lineup really quick here. Sheldon Creed on the pole, Riley Herbst on the outside, Taylor Gray, who is in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series playoffs. He is in third. Cole Custer fourth. Chandler Smith fifth. Brandon Jones sixth. Ryan Sieg seventh. Eighth. Carson Kolfel. Ninth. Jesse Love. 10th. John Hunter Nemechek. 11th. Sam Mayer. My pick to win tonight, Sam Mayer. Noah Gragson in 12th. AJ Allmendinger 13th. 14. Sammy Smith. Lawless Allen in the 15. 16. Justin Allgaier. 17. Jeffrey Earnhardt. 18th, Jeb Burton. 19th, Fast Pasta. That's right, baby. Let's go ahead. Fast Pasta. Anthony Alfredo. 20th, Austin Hill. 21st, Jeremy Clements. 22nd, Parker Klingerman. 23rd, SVG. 24th, Daniel Dye. 25th, Caesar Barcella. 26th, Parker Retzlaff. 27th, Kyle Sieg. 28th, Kyle Weatherman. 29th, Josh Williams. 30th, Blaine Perkins. 31st, Matt Benedetto. 32nd, Parker Emmerling. 33rd, Leland Honeyman. 34th, Josh Balicki. 35th, Logan Bearden. 36th, Brennan Poole. 37th, Ryan Ellis. And 38th, Joey Gase. So there it is. We're about to have gentlemen start your engines, apparently.
Stay in it here, stay in it.
So no aerial cam, we got it off the side.
Hell yeah, guys. Hell yeah. Good job, buddy. Oh, come on!
The Dinger win here? Let's see, Xfinity Series is back, that's right.
Oh, we won, baby!
You got Custer winning today, Mike says. Little Jack picks Cole Custer and Jesse Love.
There have been 13 different winners in the last 13 Xfinity Series races
I'm a
here
Gene.
in
Good to see you.
Michigan. Could it
Nice
be
hat.
14 straight, Dave Burns?
Hard to believe that Justin Allgaier could make it 14 straight in the 7 car. He has not won here at the Michigan International Speedway. His 24 career wins, 10th on the all-time chart. He'd like to move into 9th with a victory today. He starts in the 16th position. See if he can make it forward from there, DJ.
Hit that like
button.
button.
And John Hunter Nemechek in the 20 car.
The green flag.
He is one of those winners. He won here just last year. This driver
64
yesterday
likes, got
didn't really
300 in
like
here.
the way his car was handling in the draft. Yeah, he's the slowest qualified car of the JGR cars, but look for that experience that he has to help him make his way to the front before this is over.
How about his teammate Sheldon Creed, DJ? He's on the pole for the second time in 3 races. He got his first ARCA win here at come here at MIS as well. He would love to continue the trend, DJ, that you and Daniel Hemrick started by finally getting a win after 10 second-place finishes in the Xfinity Series. You know, we saw that drafting practice yesterday, DJ. Is it going to be a wild card race on the level of a Daytona and Talladega, or more like Atlanta, you think?
Yeah, much more like Atlanta. I think we're going to see some pack racing, but handling is going to become an issue for these drivers as the air builds up and their tires wear some. So you're going to have to pay attention to that as you get in these packs.
Is this a race behind the wheel you kind of have to manage in your head as much as anything else, DJ?
There's going to be a lot of thinking, anticipating as what's going on in front of you and getting yourself positioned in the right spot.
Could there be a surprise winner today? Time to find out. Let's get the engines fired here in the Motor City.
Michigan International Speedway. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Please welcome Michigan Medical Director, Dr. John Mano.
Drivers, start your engines.
Oh, these people, you have your moment. You don't do anything with it.
It has been almost a month, but the Xfinity Series is ready to race. Green flag in Michigan coming up next.
All right, so let me get both these cameras up here so I can have, we're going to try something different, guys. There we go, car cameras. We're going to try something different. We'll have battle cam. All right, we'll see how this works. All right, so we can go back and forth. Yeah, all right. Where is the 11? The 11 doesn't, there's a Josh Williams 11, but I don't cheer for him, but he's always got some cool paint jobs. There's that one. Still got it going here. What's up, everybody? Appreciate you being here. Keep on hitting that like button as you're coming in. And we're going to go to the battle cam for this one. All right. And we do that one. Oh, yes. All right. Hope everybody's ready for some racing. And get your picks in now. I'm going Sam Mayer for the win. And I went, who did I go for? My sleeper. Who did I say? Allgaier? Who did I say? Does someone remember who I said? I said Sam Mayer for the win. And who did I go for my my dark horse? Who was it? Did I say? I can't remember who I said. I think I said Bronny. Do you remember? I like you some cold custard. That's right, Brian. That's good times. Gotta love some custard. I try to watch every race since I found you, CeeLo, calling the races. Let's go, Dinger. Here you go. CeeLo said Allgaier. That's right. Okay, thank you so much. So I got Sam Mayer or Allgaier. I'm going all junior motorsports here. Eric Church picked Creed. Hope Love gets loose. Lap 1. Takes himself out. Mayer, Gregson, and Hill. There you go. Hope everybody's ready to have some fun today. Keep hitting that like button. Keep hitting that subscribe. And we're trying to get to 100 likes before the green flag. See if we can get there, y'all. Cars will be rolling here momentarily. You were correct. You got Allgaier. Okay, thank you. Allgaier, I guess my dark horse. Sam Mayer is the winner. He was pretty fast in practice on Friday, so we'll see how it goes. But can he get past these Toyotas? So we have a couple more races in the NASCAR Xfinity Series till the playoffs start. Playoffs? But yeah, so we're going to have a good time. We have 3 in-car cameras today. Austin Hill. We have Jeffrey Earnhardt and SVG.
Races away, and someone wants to win their way into those playoffs that currently isn't there. It's NASCAR Series, Xfinity Series Racing from Michigan, the Cabo Wabo 250.
The Cabo Wabo.
And now we take a look at today's starting grid, brought to you by Cabo Wabo Tequila. As we look at the front row.
What's up, Rodney?
It has Sheldon Creed and Riley Herbst up there, but just one spot back is 19-year-old Taylor Gray starting third. He is a full-time Truck Series racer and has already qualified for the playoffs in the Truck Series, looking for his first ever Xfinity Series win.
Well, all the way back in row 10, you'll see the driver of the 21, Austin Hill. 2 wins on the season so far. And that was to kick off the season. Daytona, Atlanta. We've heard the whole pre-race talking about what style of racing are we going to see here. 6 career Speedway style wins. Maybe today could be number 7.
Starting back in 23rd is 35-year-old New Zealander Shane Van Gisbergen. He has 3 wins already this year. His last race at Indy with this same racing package, his best on an oval, 4th.
As we're looking further back in the field, we see 33-year-old Matt DiBenedetto.
Dark horse going to be SVG, gets his first win.
3 series in NASCAR with the Truck Series ring. He'll roll off in row 16.
What are they doing? They're rolling, man.
Series. All right, Jeff Burton, welcome back into the booth. I'll pose the question to both of you. It's a different style of racing. There has already been at this racetrack 32 Xfinity Series races, but this will be the first time with this package, this racing package. What can we expect?
Well, I think the unknowns are what we can expect. We saw yesterday in practice, the field was split, only half the cars out there at a time. Some cars had trouble handling. The key today, Steve, is you want to go down the straightaway as fast as you can, but you still need to drive good in the corners. So who found the right balance between downforce and lack of drag and trying to get that car to go fast versus getting it to drive well? And do we know which is going to prevail? Short run at the end of the race, you might want a fast race car. Get a long run, you might want to make cars today.
That's the key, Jeff. The word balance. Normally when we say balance, we mean are you tight or are you loose? Is the front gripped up or the back gripped up?
Cabo Wabo tequila is owned by Sammy Hagar. Is right.
Do you have grip and do you have speed? They're kind of power limited by themselves.
I got Sam Mayer.
I hate to use the word easy, but it was pretty straightforward, wide open. It will not be that way in traffic.
Dave Collig always talks about trophy hunting. Is that what's on the eye of the 16 of AJ Allmendinger?
Yep, and I believe he's probably just adjusting the steering wheel back there. We'll check in to make sure on that as AJ comes to a halt momentarily. And then, yes, and especially when it comes to tracks where there is some sort of pack racing, we've heard you guys discussing the fact that this may not be like anything that they've done before, but when you put AJ in a pack like that, that's where he really first found successes on the ovals instead of wins on the road courses. So we'll look for him to do that here again today.
Sam Mayer for the win, Dark Horse, Daniel Dye.
Wouldn't that be Series contract. So focusing here today on the Xfinity Series, we'll see what the 16 can do as he's got things corrected now.
And AJ Allmendinger, one of the drivers that's above the cut line, but one of the drivers also that has not won yet. So he's in based on points. You see him 102 points above Sammy Smith, but a win locks you into the playoffs, and that's what AJ's looking for. Sheldon Creed, Parker Kligerman, Ryan Sieg, all those drivers still trying to get that guaranteed spot in the playoffs. And we're seeing the cars making their way onto pit road, checking pit road speed. Probably the happiest of the drivers with the break has been Riley Herbst, who won at Indianapolis, the last race that the Xfinity Series run. And let's listen into a little pep talk for that team.
We got good drivers this year. Start this race, we got a really good one. Maintain it all smooth all day long. So remember, be patient. Do not jump that run. Don't get sucked into it. We'll be there at the end. Cool. Thank you.
Be there at the end is the real question mark for me, Rick. Only a couple pace laps. We see them already. Lights are off. Cars are doubled up. And this is why we've had a little bit of rain in the area. It canceled Cup Series qualifying earlier today. You see another cell heading that way. Remember, there's 3 stages in this race. Official is either halfway or stage 2, whichever's earlier. Today, that's the end of stage 2. So that green and white check.
Racing success here at Michigan, the winners of the last 2 events. The 19-year-old making his 9th career start. He's already shown he's capable of running at the front. Almost won his first race out in the spring at Richmond, finishing 3rd. Now the Craftsman Truck Series regular, who is playoff driven this year, is the latest in the line of Toyota Racing development drivers getting added races at the next level and putting the results to show for it. Today, though, he told me one of his biggest challenge run at Pocono was certainly a help, but right now focusing on learning the aero precision. He needs to work his way around this 2-mile oval, especially in traffic, will be the key. But Taylor Gray, certainly, who qualified, tying his best of 3rd, maybe today could be the day that he spoils the party as the rest of the regulars race to get.
Here we go, green flag, boogity, boogity.
First, let's pause.
Here we go, green flag, boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
Car is off of the track. That puts the field back into the hands of Sheldon Creed, who won the pole yesterday. Now, what can he do with it? Creed, Herbst, see the green flag. We're racing in Michigan. Working to get up to speed.
Look at Taylor Gray. Here comes Sheldon Creed.
Side drafting will be a technique that will be used today. As we see it 3 wide for the lead now. Big push coming from the 19. Taylor Gray is going to take the lead here at Michigan, but only for a moment. Here comes Sheldon
Daniel
Creed
Perry
in
for
the
that
18
sub.
on the outside.
The 98 of Riley Herbst slid up in front of his teammate, the 00 of Cole Custer. They're the second and third car on the outside lane.
It's a good, that right there with the 19 cars, what we were talking
Lap
about.
3, we're going to honor Dale Sr. right here. Be ready, y'all, with your threes.
Look at the cars lined up on the outside. If those 2 cars on the bottom cannot keep up,
Tim, this is a live cam from NASCAR.com.
Sheldon Creed getting out of line, trying to break that draft from Riley Herbst.
See those threes right here. Threes in the chat. We honor you, Dale Sr. Thank you, subscribing, Tim. Threes in the chat. As we are honoring Dale Sr. on every lap 3. Let me see those threes in the chat, y'all. Praise you know what. Raise you know what. Here on The Go with CeeLo. Threes in the chat for Dale Sr.
Really smooth as
we honor you. Threes.
Yeah, it's a very smooth racetrack, and it's really wide. You can see the 2 car. He jumped on the inside of the 81, Chandler Smith. Chandler Smith has been very aggressive in that 81 car, trying to get to this outside lane. The 2 of Jesse Love, he goes up there.
Austin Hill slides in just behind.
3.
The big loser since the start of this race.
What you guys are watching is NASCAR.com. Anybody can go watch these cams on NASCAR.com.
And then has fallen all the way back and outside of the top 10 already.
Normally we have a helicopter.
They just watched him go
but
from
they're
2nd to 11th.
Watching this one
like,
instead.
Okay,
they're on top of both grandstands.
I've got to time these runs correctly, Dave.
And Jeff, that's what a lot of drivers talked about with me was the unknowns.
Ken?
They don't want to be the first one out there to try that move. They were happy Taylor Gray not in the championship hunt, driving a fast car, was the one to sort of try it out. It didn't work, at least not at this point in the race.
Sheldon Creed, Riley Herbst out
the
front.
Risk to get to the outside is less. Like you see the 98 kind of look up, the 18 blocks.
What happened to Taylor Gray? He had that right good start and he fell back.
Of the 18, the majority of the cars
back to 11th.
around the outside. I think the risk is moving to the bottom.
Yeah, there's a big fight to get to the outside. Chandler Smith, watch what he tried to do early in the race. They're lined up on the outside. He sees this hole. Watch this. Immediately tries to jump up, and he just couldn't do it. The 30 of Noah Gragson was there, and he got hung out.
What's up, DJ?
He just nowhere to go.
Good to see you. Hit that like button for us, guys. You're coming in.
We're going to see that all day.
Seeing it right now. This time, it's the 27 that falls all the way back. Jeff Burton got out of line, and in doing so, he has paid the price.
Single file already.
So now Sheldon Creed leading this field, but you see him duck down and stop the draft from Riley Herbst. One thing I'm not seeing is
got to get 75 laps in.
We're not seeing the guys get all the way to the bumper of the car in front of them.
I think it's the draft isn't quite as dominant as maybe Daytona and Talladega where you feel like you could push. They leave themselves a little bit of a gap.
This isn't racing.
Kind of
Follow the leader.
With the leader on the bottom left, you see 176 miles an hour. Bright green throttle trays, no thought about getting out of the gas. So still relatively easy wide open for the leader. We go back a little bit in the traffic, we'll see if it's the same for the guy in 8th, 10th, 12th. You know, it's obviously easy for Sheldon because he has all that.
How are we on rain? It's coming.
Smith back in the 8th.
Hopefully it'll miss us for a little bit.
He's that dark maroon car right there, 8th in line. You see maybe just a little breathe of the throttle, but still wide open as well.
Yeah, a little bit of lift on corner entry, meaning in my eyes, when I see that as a driver, I'm thinking
not the same on my phone.
He's got to make sure he has not too much speed. He's not carrying too much speed.
We're going outside there.
He wants to. You see the 30 of Noah Gragson making a move.
Gregson going to the inside. Let's see if a hole opens up that he can fill. And the hole that he vacated, he slid right back in there, but barely. And now here comes Sammy Smith
it was.
in the 8. And now a little bit of
looks like your
jostling for
1500
position taking
IRL
place.
racing.
Once again, here comes the 19.
Good job by Sammy Smith to take advantage of that. Now here comes the 19. He's got to slide up in front of the 30.
A little bump by Chandler on the 30.
30 cars. He's not handling
Noah
very
Gregson
well. You see
there.
the back of his car, Steve, moving
In
around.
P8.
I don't think he's very happy.
Rain is coming. I know, Steven.
Now Allgaier's looking in his mirror and going, "Oh, come on. Somebody go with me on the bottom."
Run on with a 30 crew. He's a
See
Ford.
how much they gain getting in the corner on the 30?
The 20, John Hunter Nemechek, he says, well, I'll try the bottom, and he slides up in front of the 2. Great move. +1 position and back in line for the 20.
Allgaier still hung out
Thank
right
you,
now.
Ann, for subscribing. Appreciate it.
Take another look at Gregson and Smith.
See, Noah tries to slide up there. Sammy had such a good run. He went ahead, took the run, but he's able to clear. So right there, he's in good shape.
Jesse Love getting a little bit closer to Allgaier. Not able to actually put the bumper to him. Just in front of them, the 81 of Chandler Smith.
Reed, Herbst, Cole Custer,
Chandler
Brandon
looks to the
Jones,
inside.
Ryan
Here
Sieg.
comes the 7
Top
now
5.
on the outside of Allgaier. Allgaier going by John Hunter Nemechek.
So that was the case right there that John Hunter in that 20 car, he was trying to run behind his teammate Chandler Smith to pick up a draft, to carry more speed. But he was better. But the 7 carried momentum and just jumped on the outside of him. You're going to have to use your mirror a great deal today.
I like what the 7's doing. I like that wider exit.
You're welcome,
when we
Rodney.
go to full power races here from the past. The
Watching
top
the
lane
leaders
has such
right
momentum
here.
down the straightaway. So I know they're all wide open, Jeff, but running up high, kind of unwinding the wheel, a little bit of that go-kart brake feel, right? Just lets the car roll a little freer. I know it's a longer distance, but if it's higher RPM, once again, we see the 7 on the outside, 81 on the inside now.
That's the battle for 10th. P10 right here.
So see, Chandler can make this move right here and try to make something happen because nobody's behind him. So if it doesn't work out,
Tim
he's
says,
not
I really
gonna
want to
lose a
see
bunch of
Herbst
spots.
in the 2311 next
Bigger
year.
gap in front of and
We'll see
behind
if
the
they
7
make a move.
right now.
And look how much they slow down side by side instantly. Now there's a 2, 3, 4 car length break in front of them. I believe that's being side by side.
And Chandler has his teammate John Hunter coming behind him. He's hoping he'll give him a push.
He goes to the bottom. But can he get there? Creed in front of Riley Herbst, about a 1/10 of a second, separating 1 and 2 here in Michigan.
All right, appreciate everybody being here. We're going to a commercial break. Let's take you into the track and let's crank it up. Oh, it didn't work. What's up with that? No volume on the aerial cam. All right, let's go to the other one and see if that one works. See if this one works. Crank it up. Nope. All right. That is what it is. That's okay. No crank it up today. We'll see how that goes. Come on, folks. Do CLO solid and subscribe. It's not as loud as it was yesterday. Thank you so much, Edward. As these are our NASCAR.com cams, anybody can go to the cams and watch. They have two different cams, plus they have 3 in-car cameras. Anybody can go watch these, so make sure you do. I did that when I accidentally stumbled in, also do. Appreciate everybody being here. But Creed, Riley Herbst, Cole Custer, there's your leaders right there. And Brandon Jones, Ryan Sieg is your top 5. Rain is coming, so hopefully we can get halfway in here. But it's a big track, so it would take took 2 hours to drive the track earlier, so that puts them back at 5 o'clock if that's the possibility. But then there'll be a timer, I'm sure. So who do you think's gonna win? I'm picking Sam Mayer for the win, but you never know who's gonna win. This type of speed track, anything's possible. There's the 19, Taylor Gray and Sammy Smith battling for 7th. Taylor Gray was out front, but ended up getting pushed to the back to 11th, so he's trying to hold his own, get his comeback here. Taylor Gray in P8. Oh, and look at that! We just watched Taylor Gray get loose and spun. Just talked about it. Oh, man. Holly B says, from your lips, CeeLo, let's go, Sam Mayer. That's right. And there's Taylor Gray. Caution is out on the track. As we'll see what happened when they come back from the commercial break. But there's Sheldon Creed in P1. Let's listen.
Seventh was right down by the apron, and around he went, bringing out the caution for the first time here at Michigan.
You see he's underneath 2 cars. Everything looks fine, and then right there, back of the car just comes around.
I'm surprised about Creed leaving JGR.
Downforce, driving the car in the ground, but that robs speed. Downforce makes the drive better. Take it off, it goes faster, but this is the result.
Yeah, 15 laps on tires, you're starting to lose some mechanical grip. That way, when that arrow, that crutch, that side force you're leaning on like a cane goes away, the back of the car slides around.
Fortunately, no contact. Fortunately,
can you get the live cams overseas in another country? Yeah, Rodney, it's on NASCAR.com. If you can get on NASCAR.com, you can watch them.
Stop, get 4 tires, go again.
So it's interesting time for a yellow because track position is going to be a huge point in this race, and math would say that, I don't know.
There's no lights here in Michigan.
I think one stop's really aggressive. I think you'd be really, really, really close on fuel on both runs.
So they
wouldn't want to do it. But this kind of takes the
they
stress
spoiled
away.
my thought
right here.
Doing a commercial at the same time.
Then you could stay out at the end of stage 1 and get all the way to the end of stage 2 with potential weather coming. That might be, something I would consider.
Let's listen into the 7 radio.
Thank you, Candy.
I'm moving to 30 when I get there, just so you know. It's super frustrating when people just race like they're going to race. It is what it is.
Frustration.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you'll have that. Well, you have that.
That's Allgaier talking. What's up, 97 Cobra? Good to see you, buddy.
Under caution, Allgaier goes up to let him know. And again,
it stops.
Noah Gregson behind the wheel of the 30 as we're seeing quite a few making their way onto pit road. Dave.
And one of those is young Carson Quapple, making just a handful of starts this year in the
those 88s in the chat.
Junior Motorsports. Has had a couple of very, very good runs. Right now, the car is free in the center, and that was a very familiar feeling to him. He said, just like practice, Marty.
Jane, as Steve mentioned, big decision for the crew chiefs here with rain near the Michigan International Speedway. Jesse Love said his car was just a little bit too free.
17 laps of 30 in the first stage.
See that with the wedge wrench. Sam Mayer lost a ton of spots right on the start of the race, and then he said he was way too edgy free to keep up in traffic.
What's up,
so
Susan?
a significant adjustment here for the 1 car, trying to tighten him up.
Great stop for the 88 of Quapple coming off of pit road, but it is the 19 of Taylor Gray who brings out the first caution.
Yeah, he was doing so well too, but got loose there in that turn. So appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight on the Go at CeeLo. We are a NASCAR channel. We bring you all the content. Tried to bring you a NASCAR qualifying and practice and qualifying to this morning for the Firekeepers Casino 400. We got a couple laps in, but then the rain destroyed all that. So hopefully we can get some laps in here before this rain shows up, or maybe the rain will just go around us or evaporate. That would be nice, but we'll see how it happens. Make sure you're hitting the like button for us. Trying to go to 200 likes is our new goal. And hit the subscribe if you'd love to join our channel every week. We're going to be bringing this to you all the way up to the end of the playoffs, and then into the playoffs. We'll have a good time. So make sure you hit the like button. Check out our preview vlog of the paint schemes and all the info that I did on Friday. So make sure you check that out. And leave a comment, hit the like button as well. So thank you guys for being here. And tomorrow we'll be bringing you live coverage of flag-to-flag coverage of the Firekeepers Casino 400. My boy Denny Hamlin's on the pole due to the rain. But Sheldon Creed, Riley Herbst, Cole Custer, Brandon Jones, Ryan Sieg, you're 5. Great live as well here, Rod says. Thank you so much, buddy. Thanks for appreciate you being here. All right, another news. Dinger's going back to the Cup full-time next year in 2025. There's Noah Gregson coming in for a pit stop. Couple wedges. Get him some fuel, and he's gone. The NASCAR Vortex. That's right. Subscribe to that DW Vortex theory. Are you CeeLo? Me too. Let's keep it going. Just keep it away. We want to keep it away. As you can see, it's coming as the camera's pointing to it. It's getting dark again, but we can keep it. Have you ever met Denny? Yes, multiple times I've met Denny. A couple pictures with him. My kids have taken pictures with him. I actually met him in Nashville here this season. So doing pretty good, Jason. How are you? But we're going back to the restart. So MRN Radio used to be tied with the cameras. They're not anymore, which is a bummer. So that idea is out the door. We can't do that anymore. It's way delayed, so we'll just listen to the
NASCAR USA is brought to you by Cabo Wabo.
First sounds of thunder near the track. Oh, John, don't say that.
International Speedway.
That's another thing. Lightning gets close enough, they'll have to shut it down.
Credit One Bank, NASCAR American Express card, and by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need.
So, Michael.
Great shot of the Irish Hills.
He deserves it.
Of Michigan. There's a popular spot. Jerry's on the lake. There's so many beautiful areas here in the Brooklyn area and around Michigan International Speedway.
All right.
Fans have.
Here we go.
Here we go. Green flags. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
All
right, Holly, no worries.
Great racing as we get ready for the restart here. Now, those that didn't choose the inside line, are they at a huge disadvantage after seeing what we saw at the start of this race?
Well, it's interesting because Cole Custer could have picked behind his teammate Riley Herbst. Riley went to the outside. Cole went to the inside.
Oh! Allgaier getting his teammate loose. Did you see that? Allgaier pushing Sammy Smith out of the way.
Very small opening on that high line behind Ryan Sieg, but now a big one as down to the apron.
Got a tire down.
Yeah, an issue for the 8.
Oh, a tire down.
Like
okay. Tire down for the 8.
I saw the car wiggled and moved around a lot.
He's still trying to figure out what's wrong with that car.
Did I get hit, or I think I have a right brake down?
He was 3 points below the cut line coming in. There was a little bit of contact there, maybe with the 7.
I think the 7's just pushing, and the 8's kind of checking up, and the 7 doesn't want to get out of the gas. I think, you know, the 7 doesn't know the 8 has an issue. I don't think the contact has anything to do with what we're seeing with
Sammy
the 8.
Smith
the right
in for right side tires.
Slack versus the right front. Dave.
And he's gone.
And they're going to take just right sides here to try to minimize the time on pit road. They believe that is where the problem is. You hope it is, Steve, because you take 4 if you're not sure, but you bet if you're pretty sure it's the right side.
They were slow on the lap, though, Steve, so shouldn't they change all 4 just to make sure?
What's up,
I would
Samuel?
change all
Good to
4.
see you.
My rule of thumb is to just never guess unless it's obvious or you see it on TV. But, you know, because I think the 8's still going to lose a lap. He's going to come off pit road maybe just in front of the leaders, but they'll be easily going by at speed.
He's the only car. He will be the only car a lap down. Only 10 laps to go to this stage.
Fast pasta. Let's go, baby.
So to your point, Steve, if it's a left side and you got to come back and pit again, then you'll be 2 down.
Everybody up to speed, chasing after Sheldon Creed, who stayed out on the racetrack. And look here at the 42. Leland
Keep hitting
Honeyman,
that subscribe button, y'all.
tagging the wall there. Pretty close race here between Cole Custer and Allgaier.
You can see Justin Allgaier. He knows that if you're going to move forward in this race, you're going to have to do it on the outside. He's been willing to be really aggressive to go there.
Custer trying to gain some spots back now. And an opening here in front of the 28 allows him back in.
JR wins tomorrow.
He just
About
wants to
no
get to the
11 hat
top
tomorrow.
At this point, they chose to go to the inside.
We'll be
and Cole
11 hat
Custer
all weekend.
Paying the price on that restart, Jeff. We have seen sort of the rush to the top.
Let's go,
today
Billy Bulls.
once
What's
this
up?
race got going. But have you ever seen someone start
Random
on the front
says, let's
row
go, Allgaier.
on the inside and lose this many spots on a restart at Michigan? Custer has fallen all the way almost outside the top 10.
Yeah, it's just a reduced power. There's such low power that if guys get on the outside of you, they're going to clear you. There's nothing you can do to fight back. You can side draft, but you just can't make it up. So, you know, Cole, we debated it, Steve, whether Cole was starting in the right spot or not. It's hard to go from running 3rd and picking the outside and restart 6th, but that's just a decision you're probably going to have to make today.
See John Hunter Nemechek, he's the car that's down on that inside line. And
8 to go here in stage
like
1.
The 2 of Jesse Love's going to jump in front of them. The 88 there of Carson Quapple. Austin Hill in the 21.
Four-car breakaway up front. Creed, Herbst, Jones, and Chandler Smith have gapped themselves about a second and a half back to the 5th place car of Allgaier. With 7 laps to go, if these 4 kind of stay organized, follow each other nice and tight down the straightaways, as you see Creed still kind of doing that defensive S down the backstretch.
Disappointed in Austin Dillon's decision. Well, it's not over yet, is it? Did they finally make a decision? Oh, Justin Creed!
With them staying out,
what's going on?
That caution came out. You also would not expect. And the 18 of Creed, the leader.
What's going on with these tires? What the heck's going on?
That was the situation. Riley Herbst got to his left rear quarter panel. He had good pace getting into turn 3. Watch him gain getting into turn 3. Now the 18's up the racetrack a little bit, and now he's pulling the air off the back
you just
of the
got him
car.
loose.
That's the second Joe
What's up,
Gibbs
Butterfly?
Toyota
Hit that like
we have
button
seen
for us,
spin out
guys.
with
Trying to
no
get to
contact.
200 likes.
That tells us they qualified fast. There's your pole sitter. He has low downforce in that car. The minute that Riley Herbst put his front bumper at his rear bumper, around he went, all the downforce left the car.
And now with low downforce and no track position, it's an uphill battle for the 18. So when they pit and change tires, they might want to make some adjustments, knowing they're going to have to work through traffic. Luckily, no real damage to the 18, no contact.
Yeah, no contact here. That's just, he just pulled the air right off his spoiler. And obviously the 18, he was having trouble with his car anyway. He was getting up the racetrack, Creed was.
So Creed causes the second caution. I got to change my caution.
Sideways he goes. He slides onto pit road.
So we'll
pit road open now.
Yeah, we'll see who else comes. About half the field came on that first caution.
Remember, he also didn't pit.
With only 6 to go on the stage. It wouldn't shock me if a bunch of the leaders stay out for those points, but I think there'll be a decision by others to come get tires, see if they could drive a little bit better. It looks to me that you see the 20 of John Hunter Nemechek, Parker Utzlaff, Cole Custer as well, the 00 on pit road.
What's up, Mark? Good to see you.
Dave.
So John Hunter Nemechek does bring the 20 to
boy.
pit road. His report was that the car was a little bit free. They'll go ahead and take 4 tires and fuel here, Marty.
See the 00 of Cole Custer coming down once he lost all that track position. And it's interesting.
Anytime you guys want me to scroll up, I'll do it.
Custer saying his
What's up, Max? Good to see your boys in 24th.
Into that run here as everyone's
SVG 24th, the playoff leader.
18 of Sheldon Creed. Yes, Jeff, to your point,
Jeffrey
I talked to a number
Earnhardt,
of Joe Gibbs
19.
Racing crew chiefs. They said, hey, when we went to Atlanta with this package earlier this year, we felt like we had way too much downforce on the car, so we came very trimmed out. That creates the speed. It also creates handling, not the way you
Sammy
want it
Smith
to
back
behind
in the
wheel.
pits.
So he's sitting
left
there
sides
with a
this
very
time.
loose race car on the track, and that's what happened.
4
Also, the
tires
98
actually,
getting
Sammy
close
Smith
to him
now.
as well didn't help either.
So the spin comes out for the 18. You're watching the NASCAR Xfinity Series, Cabo Wabo.
Cabo Wabo 250. Appreciate everybody being here. Lawless Allen, 15 were his parents' bank robbers. I don't know about that. God bless all, Terry says. So we'll appreciate everybody being here. You're watching the cams of NASCAR.com. Anybody can watch these guys. If you just go to NASCAR.com, you can watch them with your phone, on your your tablet, iPad, whatever. Make sure you check them out. They're free for everyone. The only thing that you can't get, or is not free, is the scanners. You can listen to in-car cameras and also MRN radio and the officials. But MRN radio used to be tied to the cameras, which they are not now. They're a good 7 to 10 seconds behind, maybe 30 seconds behind. So my new NASCAR watch, NBC, sucks. Awesome, Sanyo. Appreciate you being here. So we try to have a good time here on our channel. Last week we had a huge time. We reached 19,000 subscribers, as you can see at the below. And we also had over like 5,000 people at the end of the race watching with us. So great time here on the Go at CeeLo. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Hit the notification bells anytime you know we go live or post a video. Who's Jesse Love? Who or where? He's in P12. He's a rookie. He's got the hashtag next to you. If you see hashtags next to their name, they're rookies. SVG and Leland Honeyman, if they see I's next to their name, they're ineligible for points. That means they don't race in this division. So that's why you got John Hunter Nemechek in that 20. Former last year's winner as well. But there is all. So anytime, like I said, if you want to see a driver, say, hey, CeeLo, scroll up, scroll down, whatever I need to do. All right. 20K bound. Let's go. That's our goal at the end of the month is 20K. So hopefully we stay with these blue skies that are on the cam right here. But I know it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. There's Allgaier and Riley Herbst. Sieg and Brendan Jones. And the lights are off on the pace car again. So let's just see how far behind MRN Radio is.
Ways of approaching this race already?
I think you have to adjust to what the cards bring you. When you see a caution that puts you in a situation to get to the end of stage 2.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go, Grayson, boy.
Here we go. Green flag. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
Oh, you're welcome.
Kiwi. Guys coming here definitely making it to end of stage 2. I think we've got a 3-lap shootout to get the end stage here. Going to be interesting to see what comes from the front row.
Some of these teams absolutely need these stage points. Others just want the stage wins, tuck it away in the back pocket as they prepare for playoff racing. Right now, Pace Car has everybody huddled up 2 by 2 behind them.
Wow, it's MRN's way behind.
The top 10 cars have yet.
Okay. That's ridiculous.
Block right there. He would have been better off staying.
It was like over almost a minute.
Underneath him, rather than trying to pick
Thank
up
you, Eric.
Draft from behind. He needed to slow the cars up that were trying to go by him.
He died in a parked plane crash.
Of Allgaier, and then Ryan Sieg came right with him. 3 wide as they go into 3.
Got 3 laps to go here in stage 1.
Now, as the laps wind down of stage 1. A little movement there, some contact. Looks like the 9 have gotten a little bit loose. 2 to go.
Well, what happens is cars fill that upper lane. They're going at a lower speed, and they kind of stack up, just like on the interstate, right? And if everybody doesn't know that's happening, it's easy to kind of get rear-ended and spun around, or at least pushed out of line. I think that's what happened on the restart. It looked like the 9 might have been trying to let the 7 in, and as he checked
Thanks for all the subscribers, Tim. Thank you.
The bottom lane to go.
Yeah, the bottom lane was pushing
Allgaier
also.
in the lead.
Had momentum.
2 to go.
Right here.
I don't think you're supposed to say that, Jeff.
Already did.
Well, side by side for second.
All right, can Riley Herbst pick up a spot, or is he going to lose them? I just don't see any way he's going to make this work.
He fought back to the inside. Now for the lead. Ryan Sieg in the 39 makes the move on the 7. Will there be a crossover move? Here comes back to the bottom. The 7 of Allgaier, side by side down the backstretch. And look at these two. Now a push by Chandler Smith.
Look at
Sieg
Brandon
is
Jones.
gonna surge ahead. As the 7
look at
back,
him.
Can he hold on to 4th?
Wow.
The 9 of Brandon Jones to the inside.
Ryan
Sieg has surged ahead. Sieg trying to win the stage.
Wow, wow.
Second stage win for Ryan Sieg. Sieg, Brandon Jones, Chandler Smith, Allgaier. And the 15 of Lawless Allen in the top 5. And it's Hill, Herbst, Sieg, Allmendinger, and Kligerman.
All right, so end of stage 1. Appreciate everybody. Raindrops, don't say that, Holly B. Don't say raindrops. We'll eventually come around through here on the corner here. Let's go back to the other camera. So I figured it out where we don't have to worry about the commercials here. We're going to do two tabs open, and that should work. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. Sam Spotter says it's raining. No. Nice crowd, Mark says. Yeah, right? Yep. It's hard to fill the seats for an Xfinity race. It's raining. Hey. So let's listen to the officials, see what they have to say. I'll have to turn my thing on here. Thank you, Jason, for subscribing. Appreciate it. I know I told him to stop saying it, but he didn't hear you. Holly, didn't you say you were going on a cruise? You went on a cruise just a little while ago? I remember you saying you wouldn't be there. You'd be on a cruise during the giveaway. Speaking of giveaway, tomorrow we're going to try giving this away again for the Xfinity race. For everybody that has already entered, you don't have to enter anymore. We'll be picking from those entries tomorrow. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to pick a winner tomorrow during pre-race ceremonies tomorrow. So that's what we'll be doing. Pre-race ceremonies tomorrow. We'll be picking that. All right, we'll see what happens here. There's Ryan Sieg. Tomorrow it will be filled. Exactly, Wagon. It will be. It's hard to get those Xfinity. Dallas, we're only taking the ones that have already entered from last week. We still have all the names saved. We're not going to open it up to everybody again. But we're definitely going to have the names from last week's entry, and we'll pick the winners from those. This is good, Sieg. There is Ryan Sieg, winner stage 1. So Ryan Sieg, Brandon Jones, Chandler Smith, Justin Allgaier. Man, he had the lead. What happened? Lawless Allen. Look at him in the 15. Austin Hill 6th. 7th, Riley Herbst. 8th, Kyle Sieg. 9th, Parker Klingerman. 10th, AJ Allmendinger. The Dinger in P10. So they all get the stage points. I was last week. I don't remember. Yes. If you entered last week, then you are in for it again.
Including St. Louis, so we're going to see if anybody can chip into that point lead.
What happened to Kenny? He died in a plane crash. Oh no, Kenny. I'm sorry. He was unable to go to the race.
In that race,
he was unable to go to the race due to
a little bit of precipitation has
certain things he disqualified from.
And so we will see what NASCAR decides to do with the field here. As we take a look at the radar, there's that little bit of this cell that is hitting right at the track
Going
right
to the
now.
south of it, which is good. Keep them running, boys. Keep them running.
I just want to remind fans, 8:20 is the stop time for this race. NASCAR has said that if we get into a situation, because there's no lights here, the possibility of rain, they will put a predetermined time that the race must end, and so they have told us that 8:20 is that time.
And basically how it works is if you watch Supercross or Motocross on NBC, it's like one of their mains. It's 8:20 plus 2 laps. So it's just like the time in the motorcycle race. So we'll be way good if we don't get a heavy shower.
DW Vortex.
Kind of missed. The missed us, if you can believe that.
By the way, I don't know. You can't see it, but Steve,
you talk about
Steve went out of the booth and then came back in. And by the way, he's got rain on his glasses.
Yeah.
He has rain on his glasses. So it's actually it's pretty funny.
It's misting out.
To say you checked it out.
So look, that was a big stage win by Ryan Sieg.
I got Sam Mayer, JWA. They're bringing him down on pit road.
Separate only by 3 points. And Ryan Sieg getting that stage, that's 10 points. And we just saw Sammy Smith. He had a tire problem. He got L0, none. So an advantage right now, and all that stuff matters. We talked about the schedule coming up. We talked about how tough these races are going to be. And one stage difference, Steve, can matter as far as trying to make the playoffs, or once you get in the playoffs, of advancing.
It's funny because you start the year thinking, what's a point here or points there, and then you start to get into the summer, and every position starts to be put underneath the magnifying glass.
We take a look at the points that were earned in this stage. So Lawless Allen, by the way, not eligible for points, doesn't run full-time in the Xfinity Series. That's why you see a dash beside his name. But Sieg grabbing 10 points. He gained 25 points on the bubble at Indy last race, won stage 2.
Stopping the cars on pit road, and if
yeah, that's right. It's easier to keep the track dry when the cars are going.
Pit box. Now they're back out on pit road like we've seen in years past. It just comes down to wet weather tires being available or not. This is not a track that wet weather tires are available. So there's no reason to put them in their pit box, because whether they have to be covered or uncovered, you don't work on the car. If wet weather tires were available, they would have put them in their pit boxes, but a little too high speed of a racetrack for that.
A little bit of precipitation has come down, so they brought the field onto pit road. They'll red flag it, and we'll take a look at the track, see for safety.
All right, hopefully this delay doesn't take too long. Maybe it's just a little bit to run through here. Just call the race. Give the miserable NASCAR fans something to scream about themselves to. Holly says, did you say you're sending me on a cruise? I wish no, going to be in and out. Okay. By the way, Scotty McLaughlin going from pole IndyCar after this. Nice. Is it raining? It's sprinkling, so they're just bringing the cars to a set here. Nobody's getting out of their cars, so that's a good thing. So we'll watch this and see what happens. Goodyear should make some all-weather tires for this race car or something. But unfortunately, there goes the jet dryers to the one turn. So I think we should be all right. As long as we don't lose the track, we should be okay here. But we've had 2 cautions. Ryan Sieg. And here is the rest of the field for you guys if you are following along. There's 18 through 38. You can only see 18 on our front page here. So Fontana track was a copy of Michigan. Wasn't very popular. Oh, the infield track. Is that what you're saying? So there is your lineup. We are in stage 2. We completed 33 laps. We only got 92 to go. Halfway was, I think, 65? No, 62. So please, track, don't get lost. That's right. We do not want to lose the track, because if that happens, it's a 2-hour delay. It's a big track. It's 2 miles. So we'll see what happens here. Nobody's getting out of their cars. There's no... I think they're just letting this little thing pass. And I think this one's going to be all day long. It's not going to be, unless like a heavy cell really hits it. I think we should be all right. Might have a couple 15, 20-minute breaks here and there, as long as there's no lightning as well. 46 is halfway. Thank you, Mark. Let's go to the other cam. That was a little better looking. A little better look at the track there. What's the temp there? I think it was like in the 70s.
Stage 1 is complete, and it was Ryan Sieg who was able to get the win of stage 1. Pretty aggressive pass, which worked out well for him, gaining 10 stage points as well as a playoff point if he's able to make it into the playoffs. And let's chat with the driver of
awesome,
the 39,
Justin.
Jeff.
Hey, Ryan, it's the guys in the USA booth. You with us?
Yes, sir. Got you loud and clear.
Well, good win there, getting that stage. How big is that for you, racing for these to try to get into playoffs?
Oh, that was huge. That's exactly what we needed to try to gap us a little bit more on the 8 and them guys. And you know what I mean? It was a good call, and I was able to get by. I had enough of a run. I was laying back to the 81, trying to get something going, and I had enough of a run to get by the 7 and hold on to that stage win.
All right, we're obviously the first stage is over. A lot of racing left to go. What have you learned so far?
Pouring down rain. Mid-Michigan, like an hour and 45. Okay.
It seems tough for anyone to get to your bumper, and luckily enough, the 81 I was able to check up enough. But it's tough. I couldn't get to anybody's outside. A few cars were able to in front of me and to try to get to the right rear off the corner, but it's tough. You never know if somebody's going to get tight or what and run you up the track. But it's definitely interesting to try to figure out how to maneuver people. And I tried. I thought we were going to be tight enough entry to try to loosen a few of them up, but just wasn't the case. You know what I mean? You get a run and just propel them. But we got some adjustments left in our fast IAPS forward and ready to get back racing and hopefully put this thing in victory lane.
All right, we've seen a few guys spin out all by themselves. How's your car driving?
Pretty good right now. Mine was handling fine in the you know what I mean, behind people. So I think that's what was able to propel me to try to push the 7 enough all the way around and try to stay in their tracks almost. So I was able to run right in their line, and hopefully one adjustment away. We're a little bit snug off right now, and I think we'll be pretty good. Hopefully just don't get too loose, but mine handled good and it had speed. So that's all I asked for, and the guys did a great job.
All right, buddy. Thanks for taking time. That's why race fans love watching racing so much. Guys like you willing to do this. Have a good rest of the day.
You guys.
Well, they also enjoy the fact that we can talk to crew chiefs, and I believe Marty's caught up with Matt.
Yeah, let's check in with Matt Noyce, Ryan Sieg's crew chief. So you wanted to walk all the way down here from the middle of pit road to the end of pit road, right by your race car. Why?
Just to take a look at everything, make sure it looks good, and get any information we can get. You know, we don't have all the resources, so more eyes we can see on the race car, the better we're going to be.
All right, so normally you would choose to pit here at the end of stage one.
John, man?
You're telling me you're not, and you don't think a lot of people will. Why?
I just think we're really close on fuel to make it, and you can't really pass right now, so it's touch and go. We're going to keep looking at our numbers, see how many more laps we go in caution, we go back before we pit, but
boxing matches.
It'll be 50-50 if we do it or not, so, but it's an option there, I guess.
So your job as a crew chief is to put your driver in a spot to get those stage points. How critical is it the last 2 races now you guys have been able to win a stage?
Yeah, it's been really good. You know, we've had good fast race cars, and I think at Pocono we had a really fast race car too, and we weren't able to utilize as much. We were fast in practice, but everybody at the shops is working really hard, building good race cars and bringing them fast to the racetrack. And we had to use some strategy
subscribe,
to
get that like button, try to get the 300 likes now.
Staying out, but I mean, I think we knew yesterday we had a really good race car, and we just got to keep doing that, and it's going to keep prolonging into stage points and getting us to the playoffs.
And I think maybe the best thing, other than you guys winning the stage for you and your race team, is that the rain's kind of stopped here, so Ryan may not have to get out of the car and can just keep the momentum going.
Correct. It might just be just a little bit of breather and kind of regroup and make sure we have enough time to think about what we're going to do here.
All right, Matt Noyce has been
just
doing
a
a really
rain.
good job the last 2 races. That's 2 stage wins, 1 at Indianapolis, 1 here at Michigan for Ryan Sieg. And when you're that close to the cut line, Rick, that's huge.
Yeah, come again. Just 3 points in front of Sammy Smith. So every point that they can gain, and those 10 extra points there for winning the stage, very helpful for the 39 team and Ryan Sieg.
We talk about, you know, the bigger funded teams and the smaller funded teams. There's a perfect example. What he was referring to, I believe, when he says, you know, all the resources.
It's raining? Yes, it's raining.
Manufacturer-based teams.
Just a drizzle.
High
but they
def
can't
photos
run
of
and
their
drizzle.
car all the way around the racetrack. High resolution.
Tires on
they don't have to walk down and look at it. I mean, they know what this car looks like from every corner.
Thank you,
For
Mark.
this 39 car, well, he's going to stop down there. I can walk down. I can look at the front splitter, the grill tape, look at any sort of potential damage on, for sure, the left side of the left front. We're showing them the right side here. They always love some TV coverage. Rear bumper looks good.
Coverage here.
You know, it just shows a young crew chief, small team, just taking advantage of every opportunity.
So it was just a light rain that came through. There's a couple spots that the track crew is working on, but we are on a red flag here at Michigan, hoping to get back to green soon.
All right, appreciate it hanging out here as we're under caution because of a rain. What's up, Cole? Good to see you, buddy. But we're just waiting here for them to say, hey, we can go back to race. They're working on some spots in the turns where it might have rained a little harder than it did on the front stretch, but the dryers are out warming up the track so we can get these boys back in stage 2 with 33 laps complete, 92 laps to go. And hopefully we can get this next stage in, and then we'll go from there. But should be interesting on the rest of this race. We've had some tire issues with the leaders. Sheldon Creed was leading, and Riley Herbst got on his back bumper, got him loose, and he went spinning. So Sheldon Creed is, let's see where he's at now. Sheldon Creed, he is in 26th spot. So if you checked in earlier and he was up front, that's why. Sam Mayer, my pick, is in 25th. And then Sammy Smith, he had some tire issues as well. He had a flat tire, so he's down in 28th. There it is, your SVG fans, he's in 23rd. Well, there you go. So anytime, like I said, anytime that you want to know where something is, just let me know. I'll scroll up or scroll down. Louise says, what happened? What happened to Sheldon Creed? He got loose. Herbst was right on his bumper, didn't touch him, just got him a little loose in the turn, and he went to spinning. So that was it. Sheldon was, and he also was on wore out tires. You're right, Stephen. You are correct on that. He was. He did not pit when other folks did pit. The top leaders did not pit, but most of the top leaders, I don't think have pit now. So, but we were under a rain delay. We're just waiting for it to come back here. Yeah, I think we'll get it in here. I don't think it'll be that late. I don't think it'll be that late. I hope not, because we had plans.
6 states and so many different areas to check out here. The lakes, the Irish Hills, where we have Michigan International Speedway.
You did. It happened late on Saturday night.
Steve, are we
going to go back and watch?
It's
after the race is over.
No, I don't think the dual wakeboarding is not something we're going to try.
Okay. Is that the same boat that was pulling
the kids earlier on the Duck?
Just curious.
It's like put these guys out there in rain with slicks. They couldn't go for a month. Yes, it did.
And again, under a red flag. Haven't gotten Stage 2 underway just yet as the end of the stage happened.
And the jet dryers are done, so that's a good thing.
So that's a good sign when the jet dryers make it back behind the wall. Let's hear from the 7 crew chief. He's with Dave.
That is Jim Pullman looking
no, they
back
do
and
not
forth
have
and
lights.
back and forth, waiting for the pits to be open, I'm sure, because I don't know if you're going to pit or not. You didn't pit the first time, stayed out for some stage points, so how's the plan so far?
Car's been pretty good. I think we got enough speed in the corners to hang on to the tires and run some long strategy. I don't know that we're going to do that right now, but we'll see.
You told me earlier today you had no idea what to expect. Was this even close to what you had in mind, maybe?
Yeah, I figured we'd be single file fighting for the top and protecting the top, kind of like Atlanta, and I think that's what we got right now. So,
can we maybe get a one-stop race out of the 7 car? Do you have to pit another time?
Depending on whether it's possible, yes.
What's
up?
up?
Very good. Thanks, Jim.
That's right.
He really showed
Juan
his
Pablo
cards there,
Montoya
Steve.
coming back to Watkins Glen.
So what I hear is he might.
You
pit
better
or he
watch
might
out.
not. So here's the thing.
Could go long, but maybe not now.
Yeah, right. Matt says, you could probably, between all these yellows, stretch it and get all the way to the end of stage 2. But then you're going to have to, if you have any sort of ill-handling situation or getting a bad aero spot, you're going to have no tire grip. The problem now is so many cars have pitted, of the 8 cars in the race, quick math says about 27 or 8 of them have come to pit road, so they're probably not pitting under this break. You're going to lose a lot of track position. Radar looks like it's breaking up.
Yeah, and we're not meteorologists, but obviously the crew chiefs are looking at that as well and trying to figure out their strategy. If they do come to pit road, if there's the possibility that rain could postpone this race or lengthen it to that stop time that we told you about earlier, 8:20.
Yeah, remember that in today's race, the end of stage 2 will be an official race if it rains anytime after that. And so that, to me, with rain in the area, that is the point that you've got to be making to your driver. I need to understand what the rules are.
There's our Discord, Butterfly drop in our Discord. Make sure you check that out.
Right now, I have to be racing for the win as if this race isn't going to go to the end.
And it's interesting, the sun is shining right now on the racetrack in certain areas. So pit road is open.
Sheldon
we'll
Creed
takes advantage of that.
Fast Pasta.
And a few cars are making their way down to pit road now.
I'm not a weatherman. But I know what rain when I see it.
An interesting mixed bag with some of the cars who thought they might stay out, choosing to do that.
Chandler
Some coming
Smith.
to pit road. One of those, Chandler Smith, who said his car just a little bit too free for him. Also, he wanted to check the left side for the contact that he had with the 7 car a little bit earlier. Parker Kligerman also coming down pit road. He too.
8:50 a.m. here in New Zealand, trying to snow. Oh my God.
He wanted to do 4 tires and fuel for these teams coming here at the end of stage 1. And yes,
Happy
Rick,
Sunday morning to you, John,
Sun
man.
is out, feeling good that they could get to the end of stage 2 here at Michigan at least.
Oh, Fast Pasta.
We're hoping for the entire race to be run, which is 250 miles, 125 laps. As the field continues to work around. And we had mentioned there were a few cars that stayed out. So right now, Ryan Sieg, Brandon Jones, Allgaier, and Riley Herbst, they are in the top 5, and they have stayed out.
Well, not just have stayed out, but have stayed out for the duration, right? So you look at Sieg, Jones, Allgaier, and Herbst have yet to pit in the entire event. Hill has those fresher tires. He came in 16 and then mixed behind him. Marty.
He can't get enough speed to take out that jet dryer. I bet he'll find out, Billy.
To stay out here for Ryan
Hit that subscribe. We're trying to get to 19,200
today. We
today.
are really close to your point, Steve, to being able to make it to the end of stage 2. But he
Austin
said
Hill in the top
to
4.
Ryan
Yeah, we
Sieg
can do
on
a
the
battle.
radio just
We
a
can go
moment
to
ago, I'm going to need you to
Hill.
back down here in this stage just a little bit. And for the first part, I may need you to run 50% throttle. Don't lose a ton of track position, but I may need you to draft for a little bit, save me a little bit of fuel, and then I'll feel good about us getting to the end of stage 2.
I think that's why I'm not in love with this strategy. It would be one thing if you had 20 cars kind of doing this with you, and maybe if we'd have gone green for the whole stage, more would have been on this strategy.
Right,
but as they've kind of jumped off this, you see the lap 16 pitters and the lap 25 pitters. Now you're kind of out there by yourself, or only 4 of you. So saving fuel is going to be very difficult with the guys better on fuel pushing you.
That is the key. Is what are the guys behind him going to do? Are the guys going to jump on the bottom and try to be advancing? And now you're trying to save fuel. If they can get single file and everybody wants to lay laps down rather than racing, then this can
We're
work.
gonna watch Austin Hill restart from P4. Thanks, Bronny.
It'll become difficult.
Now remember, the control car, the race leader is the 39 of Ryan Sieg, and so he will be the one who gets to determine when they go in the restart zone. So Allgaier will be on the inside, and we'll hope that he can keep up with that outside line and then find a spot to get in there once the green flag has come out and they're racing back into 1 and 2.
Monday morning quarterback has an easy job.
On the outside of row 2 is Brandon Jones. Dave.
Rick wanted to point out how important that finish in the stage was for Brandon Jones. 9 stage points and so critical. He was 69 below the cut line coming into today's race. 14th
2 miles
out of the 12 that can make it in.
Leonardo.
And so he either needs a win or he needs to start stacking on points with 6 to go. That was crucial.
Yeah, maybe. This team has a lot of ground to make up on points. Maybe they're in a must-win situation, right? I mean, you don't know.
Weaving like that, he's warming his tires up, Trey. That's what they do. Get more traction.
I think he has to be thinking win.
Yeah, 69 points.
All right, here we go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Pull those tights. It's stage 2.
We ride along Austin.
Here we go. Green flag. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
6.
What has made the inside line effective is great pushing. So that means they're going to get more aggressive, or they're going to push too hard and cause an accident.
We'll see how Riley Herbst does behind the 7. And a little checkup behind this group. You saw him spreading out back there, but now back in line as they're back underway with stage 2.
Let's go racing.
Door to door as they enter turn 1.
Fence hitting time, Rod says. Oh, look at Austin Hill. Look at a run he's got. Wow.
3 wide for 3rd.
Oh, he gets spun. Austin Hill.
And now jockey for position, he gets caught. Austin Hill sideways on the backstretch into the grass.
I thought he was being way too aggressive.
If he could keep it down, he does. Caution comes out.
Oh.
The tires are up here. Let's try to get rolling. Something's messed up.
Look at the steering wheel vibrating.
My goodness.
I tried to straighten up when he said it, but he was already at my left rear.
Ah, man. Couldn't happen to a better man, he says.
Sure, the left front's flat, which is making it pull left.
I thought he was being way aggressive.
Gets in the pit stall.
Crossing the track like that
So watch this
to get
right
to the
here.
lead.
Watch Austin Hill in the 21 car.
We're under
He
caution
saw
again.
This is an opportunity. This wreck starts all the way back here, right? Good run, good push from Allmendinger. Watch what he does right here. He finds a way to get momentum, and the minute he does, he jumps to the outside of the 9. Now he's got his left front on the right rear of the 9 car, Brandon Jones. That drags him back. Now he's got good forward momentum going down the back straightaway.
Yep.
So he's on the outside.
Never Alston's
coming
fault.
back across the field right to that point, and then off the front bumper.
I think that's the 88 of Quapple. I don't believe the 88 did anything wrong. He's holding his lane. The 21 just switches lanes, and Kind of comes across the 88's bumper. This would be great on the onboard.
Yeah, watch his eyes. Watch his eyes.
We were watching it.
He's
Crossed
looking
and
again, looking again, looking again. Thought he was clear.
Spud him.
That right there is what low horsepower.
I think he did too, Bronny.
Tracks. That's what it does. You
just
try
like,
to take a run. You try
what's
to
up?
get
I
momentum.
just like,
that
just like, what's
entire
going on,
time,
man?
He was looking to see if he was clear. He ended up making.
How do you cross in front of 3 cars like that and not expect to get turned?
And he's been on and off pit road. It looks like they just changed his tires.
He's always way too aggressive, Billy says.
21. I think what you were seeing is a flat left.
We watched it live.
Can you fault Quapple for this?
Good call,
Carson
Bronny, on
Quapple
the
in 88,
4th place start there.
He just stayed in the gas. Now, he could have let off and let him in, but is that what he's supposed to do?
Well, if he lets off, he goes back to 25th. And
SVG up to 16th, y'all.
And I think you have to assume the 21 knows you're there. I mean, you can't. If you lift every time somebody swerves at you like they're going to hit you, you're not going to go anywhere. Let's listen into the 88.
That dude was not clear, was he? Obviously not. I tried to move down for him a little bit, but that's all I'm going to give him. Exactly.
There you have it. And I think that attitude is why the Quapple has been so good.
Brandon says, I love Austin Hill.
He has a lot of late model experience, and I agree that he gave him a little bit of room, and then at some point he's like, hey, man, this is where I am, and it ended up getting the 21 turned around.
Marty.
Yeah, from the Austin Hill side of things, car is actually fine. Good eye, Steve. Yeah, the splitter looks great. It was just a left front that was down that you heard Austin Hill say on the radio that something was wrong with the race car. And I go back to Atlanta earlier this year where they had far more damage than they have right now. Yeah, Austin Hill shotgun on the field in 38th, but I think there's
talent by any RCR driver I'm shocked.
And Marty, Carson Quapple, not yet full-time in the Xfinity Series, wants to, not make a lot of people mad at him. So asked again, hey, was that me being a knucklehead? And the team said no. In fact, we already went and talked to the 21, and they are not blaming you. It was just tight racing.
Yeah, that move by the 21 of Hill, that's why he's won so many.
You heard him say,
Daytona and Talladega.
He went in front of me.
To make those aggressive
Too
moves.
aggressive.
That's what you have to do. Obviously, he overstepped it just a little bit, but you have to be willing to take a run and then fill the holes as they get presented.
Come on.
Very quickly in stage 2, the caution comes back out for this spin by the 21 of Austin Hill. And again, working from all the way at the wall, he tries to get down to take advantage of a little momentum, but it's not enough to clear the 8.
88 was like, see ya. Appreciate everybody being here. Hit that like button for us. Trying to get to 300 likes. Hit that subscribe. We're 20 away from 19,200. Our march to 20K here in the month of August is on. We're trying to get to 20K by the end of August. We'll see if we can reach that here pretty soon. But thank you guys so much. My name is CeeLo. On the Go at CeeLo is our YouTube channel. We do NASCAR here, all the races. Been doing them since the Daytona 500 week. Floyd, thank you for subscribing as well. What you're watching is the NASCAR.com cams. Anybody can go to NASCAR.com and watch these cams. They're available for everybody. So make sure you check that out on your own phone, your own webcam. You can watch all the in-car crammers that we have. Well, look at this guy. He's all dancing. He's all like, Look at him. He's like, Look at him dancing. It's a new dance. It's a new dance. There you go. All right, so this right here is the aerial cam. We don't have a helicopter today due to the weather in the area. So normally there's a helicopter going around the track. Thank you for subscribing, Randy Thomas. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. He's got steroids. Steroids. That's funny. Not only is he at the track, he didn't know he was on YouTube. But there we are. So we got Allgaier, Ryan Sieg, Allmendinger, Carson Hopewell, who just spun Austin Hill, Riley Herbst in top 5. So it should be interesting. We're at lap 40 of 85 to go. So appreciate you, CeeLo, as I can't get it here in New Zealand. So thank you, brother. Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure. That's what we do. We try to bring you the best NASCAR content out there. And that's what we do here on the Go at CeeLo. So Susan says, Austin Hill is good. Hey, I never said he wasn't bad. Just a little aggressive. And to go high and then low and try to get the lead and not expect someone to turn your bumper is beyond me. Look at these guys right here. Oh, they're not showing it. Look at these guys right here. That's America right there, baby. These camera guys are bored already. Let's get them 300 likes. That's right. 1,000 people in here. Hit the like button. We should have 1,000 likes already. 1,000 likes. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate you.
Drink responsibly. A little dancing.
It looks like Daytona
there.
a little bit, doesn't it?
That might be a Snoop Dogg impersonation.
Daytona next week.
Everybody having a good time.
I'm going to tell you.
I believe I would repeat the message I said, drink responsibly.
Some Cabo Wabo, I believe.
There we go. Green flag.
Here we go. Green flag. Biggity, biggity, biggity. Let's go racing, boys.
Restart. Allgaier on the outside. As we see that 7 surging toward the restart zone. Back up through the gears they go. AJ Allmendinger on the inside.
I cannot do Joseph. This is what I can only show.
To push Allgaier. And the 98 of Riley Herbst has the 16 just in front of the 7 as they enter one.
Sid Hill is no legend.
And this is where the outside line has that advantage. The bottom is broken apart.
Come on, Digger, Mountain Billy. Good to see you, buddy.
The 7 should kind of surge down the backstretch, I would think. More energy on the top lane.
Tell that to Kyle Busch about drinking Kurt Busch. Oh, Mark.
And
Mark went there.
One car moving completely out of line was Cole Custer in the 00. He gets back in line. 3 wide for second as Allmendinger's catching the 16. He slides all the way up to the top of the track.
Well, Riley Herbst is in trouble right here. Everybody kind of got in order on that outside lane. Is he going to have anywhere to go in that 98 car?
Riley Herbst falling back. The 7.
Behind him in the 30. Currently is Noah Gregson. We'll see if those two stay together.
Looks like he's got some help there with Gregson.
But that inside line.
20,000 so. That's right, Jay. That's our goal. Keep on hitting that subscribe.
Are fighting with Brandon Jones for that 7th spot.
The only thing Riley Herbst can hope for is that 19 car cannot stay in the gas. He can't pull up to the bumper of that 9 car. There it is.
Took the spot. And now Noah Gregson in the 30 is leading the bottom line, but it's going the wrong direction.
My pick, Sam Mayer in P10.
Chandler Smith in the 81 trying to stay as close to the car in front of
him.
That's
right, Menace.
Not to give an opportunity. Now,
notice I'm wearing a purple shirt
3
today
wide,
just
2
for
wide.
you, Menace.
They go down the backstretch.
My Ally 400 shirt.
That was almost a big wreck right there.
Jeff Burton in the 27 is going to fall backwards.
I like what SVG did there, though. In the
SVG moving on up.
He was the first car to jump up there 3 wide.
Here comes Sheldon Creed to the outside.
If he can get there, Sam Mayer.
Does he have anybody running with him?
So there you go. You asked about the 88 lifting on the backstretch for the last wreck. SVG right there kind of got squeezed
Digger
by the one.
He had P3.
Right to stay in the gas, but it could end up in a big wreck. He lifts. He kind of let the one in line.
Here comes the 7. Big momentum as the 39 had gotten to his inside. The 7 now rocketing back by as AJ Allmendinger trying to make that 16 work
SVG.
once again.
Look at the difference. The 88 chooses to go with the 39 and pushes him right back by the 16. Jeff, if he follows the 16 easily goes forward.
Yeah, some of these decisions are made just split second. Like, there's times when it happens this quickly.
Hammer down. What's up, David Farmer? Good to see you. A man's in P5.
That's kind of what
Jesse Love.
Here.
He slides back in line. But that in line is in front of Brandon Jones, so Allmendinger drops to 6th.
I did not, JT. Prayers for you, buddy.
Certainly more aggressive than it was in the first stage.
Riley Herbst jumps out of line. Trying to clear the 9. He does a little side drafting to pull him backwards, but is it enough?
So much.
Is the gap wide enough to slide in front of him?
Where's Earnhardt running?
Not quite there, and the 9 will let him in.
That's aggressive.
Yeah, I don't see him. Oh, there he is, 28th. 28th.
We heard Justin Allgaier very early in the race complain about the 30. I think that frustration as we see the 21 big move in the bottom. The frustration from these drivers is going to continue to go up because every one of them are just, if they're clear by an inch, they're taking that
Sieg
spot.
and Plopple there, 2nd and 3rd.
Well, off of 2 multiple times now. The 7 has put a big.
Look at that move! Look at Sieg. Oh, he had such a run, but no one went with him.
To me, his car. See that right there, way up the racetrack. I don't think his car is driving. He did not pit. He's never put tires on this car yet.
Marty.
And Rick, he's one of 4 drivers who have not pitted so far today, including the leader, Justin Allgaier, is struggling with the handling here for Ryan Sieg. So, Steve, it was interesting. Matt Noyce, his crew chief, a moment
300
ago,
likes. Let's hit that like
that
button for us.
Got us the laps we needed, but I don't want you to lead anymore in this stage, because when you're leading, you burn more fuel. So does that make sense to you? You're going to tell your driver, hey, don't lead. I want
Watching
you
the
in
leaders
the draft,
here.
saving me some fuel.
Well, it's
1 through 5
coming
out of turn 4.
Out of 39. If he's trying to part throttle at all, maybe he's just losing momentum, thinking they'll all stay in line and push him along, but he's kind of been overtaken now by the 88 and the 20. I like the cars that decided to pit at one of the yellows in stage 1. I think they have a mix of track position back, but at the same time, their cars are driving pretty good and they can be aggressive.
19 of 30 laps in stage 2.
You see, goes to the bottom of the racetrack right there. And off of turn 2, he gets so slow.
Sieg!
Yeah, the 98
Sieg just took out Herbst.
Kind of easily go by the 30.
Oh! That made into the wall hard. Did not clear Sieg and got into the wall with the
What
right
was he
front.
thinking?
The 9 of Brandon Jones is sideways.
Oh.
And a little contact there as well. The 1 of Sam Mayer caught up.
Oh
with
my
this.
gosh. We've
The
seen some
98
wrecks
was
today,
trying
y'all.
to get back up the racetrack. The 39 was there and hard into the wall was
He won
Riley
last
Herbst.
year,
Take
Kenneth.
another look.
Sieg had been having trouble off turn 2. He did again. Herbst got a big run. Tries to get back in front of him and just completely misjudges it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, just simply not clear. Wants to come up, try to open that entry into turn 3.
Oh my gosh.
He has so much momentum here. He thinks he's clear. He's trying to cover that outside.
I think he did 39, just got a little of a run.
39 had to lift. The 9 got into him. To your point, Jeff, I think that he's passing the 39 with such pace that he thinks he's going to easily go by him. And at the same time, the 9 kind of gets to the 39's bumper and surges the 39 forward, which changes the pace of overtaking.
Spotter, right?
Kind of like
right,
passing
Mark?
someone at the interstate, not checking your blind spot. That person's decided to speed up. You're changing lanes.
There's
they're
my
still on your
boy,
bumper.
Sam Mayer. What's going on with him?
Man. And Brandon Jones, once again, sitting there minding his own
Spotter
business.
was on a break.
Had another wreck. He had nothing to do with it. And then late, you mentioned the 00. He comes into the picture as well. Trying to find the 1. So there's the 9 spinning.
The 9 spins too.
All right, there's
Who
the
else?
1. He gets in the grass.
Oh,
then into the 9.
Mayer.
And
He's
then
done.
Still sliding, still
Mayer
sliding.
had contact with Brendan Jones. There goes my
man,
pick.
So frustrated for the 00 to be
He's not
so
Mandalorian.
late
He's not
into the
eligible for
accident.
points.
Good sign here as Riley Herbst, winner of the Indy race.
There's my
Last
boy
time
Sam
Xfinity
Mayer. He's
Series was
done.
on the track, climbs out, and listening to what he said on the radio before he climbed out of the car.
Clear. Tight. Hold the brake. You all right, buddy? Yeah, I hooked it right when I heard clear. Yeah, you're all right.
So it was the
that right
spotter's
there,
fault.
He was being called clear by his spotter. And he just wasn't. He was not clear. And that is a case right there, Steve. You know, you
still got
listen to your
Allgaier
spotter, but
as
you
my
make the decision.
dark
There's
horse.
only one driver. Only one of you goes to the infield care center after a wreck, and it's you. Yes, you may be
Earnhardt
called
is
clear, but at the end of the day,
in
you're the one's got to make the decision.
25th spot.
Yeah, that'll have to be a meeting. If you're Davin Restiva, the crew chief of this car, these are the very uncomfortable conversations that you're in charge of. Everyone makes mistakes. The radio's very clear. You hear the spotter say clear. This is one that we'd be rewatching the video and having a conversation. As we see now some left front damage on the 39 as well of Ryan Sieg.
Marty.
Ryan
Spotter
Sieg
employment
agrees
open.
with everyone's assessment. He said, what was he thinking? He just completely came into us and then reiterated with Tim Fedewa, his spotter, that was not my fault. Fedewa said, yes, you're correct. That was not your fault. The end result, though, is that he does have that left front damage, also a little right front damage. Matt Noyce said, I think that it could last till the end of the stage, but I think it's not worth it. We're going to come down when pit road is open, put on tires here, and their strategy kind of goes out the window, but more importantly, damage to the race car.
No, but I'd like not getting caught up in the emotion, right? They scored stage points, won that first stage. That's 10 points. I know you're frustrated that this has kind of hurt your strategy, but you can either stick your head in the sand and ignore it and continue to go in a direction that's not working, or you can say, well, at least we're not the 98. We're not on the hook. We're not the 9 with quarter panel missing. We have small damage to the right front. Let's pit right now, fix that damage. From what I've seen aerodynamically in this race today, Jeff, other than leading, second, third car in line, I don't think that damage will
I
hurt
would
the
say
39
Mayor's
too much.
done
Exactly.
for the day. No, that's Cole Custer.
Mayor, yeah.
Outside
Cole
of the
Custer
number
as
one
well.
car. Here's Cole Custer back on pit road.
That damage is pretty heavy.
Yeah,
It's pretty good for when he first wrecked. I'm like, oh my goodness, he's done. But they've done a great job getting this car reasonably looking good.
1 second, y'all.
Yeah, Craig Smokestead there, running the tape on the left front. Long-time car chief in both the Cup and the Xfinity Series. He's repaired enough cars on pit road. He knows what to look for, where to tape them up.
I have 2 windows open. SVG came on mute, and your stream on commentary is awesome.
Clear,
awesome.
clear.
Kiwi.
But I think you nailed it. There was momentum coming from the 9 that got into the back of the 39 that I think changed the way that whole incident took place, because he wasn't clear after that momentum came back to the 39.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, you know,
thank you, James. Appreciate you being here, buddy. Tony, what's up as well?
Calling him, assuming it was going to happen, and it's just a mistake. I mean, we're all human. We make
SVG and
mistakes,
P11 now.
Misjudgment, miscall by the spotter, and then Jeff, your point
says game over.
You know, the driver didn't double check. You know, reacted, and maybe in the closing laps I could see that move, but it's awful early in the race to just take that hard right-hand turn. And
heavy
now we're
rain
seeing
in
most of the
45
cars
possible.
that had yet to pit
Okay.
today.
I think we can get it in.
And the 39 come to pit road, Dave.
John Hunter Nemechek stays out. He was third as the 88 comes in. Carson Quapple, they fixed that free in the center. Car obviously very good as he ran up front. As for Justin Allgaier, they were talking about pulling a piece of tape off the front of there. That was to help him stay tucked up when he was in traffic. Not sure how that would affect him in the lead, Marty.
Matt Noyce told Ryan Sieg, these are likely the tires I want you to finish the race on. Can't make it on fuel, so
look at
P12.
P12. Anthony Alfredo, fast pasta.
The most important thing is to fix that damage.
You'll have crumpled custard.
So they asked him to pull that tire back. You can see that left front damage here on the 39 car, so they make an adjustment. But again, thinking this might be the last shot at Goodyear's for the rest of the day here at Michigan.
And they put the hammer to the inside of that wheel well to try to move some of the damage out. But this is how.
All right, so Herps thought he was clear because his spotter said clear. We all heard him say clear. So that is that. Thank you guys for tuning in On The Go at CeeLo. You're watching the NASCAR.com cams on our channel. We bring those to you every week. Thank you to NBC taking over. We didn't have these back when Fox was, all we had was in-car cameras for Fox. So thank you, NBC. So we'll see what happens when Fox takes over next year, or Amazon Prime. We'll be bringing you all the fun next year as well. So don't worry about the Amazon Prime stuff. We will have Amazon Prime, and we will bring you those races. So make sure you're hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe. We're trying to get to 300 likes, and then we'll move to 400 likes. Did Jesse stay out? I don't know about that move. Oh, it was a crazy move, but he was just doing what he was told. He said he was clear, right? He said he was clear. I heard his spotter say, wreck him. Eric Church, that's funny. What's been happening? I just had a couple cautions, one rain delay, and we're 52 laps complete, 73 to go. John Hunter Nemechek, last year's winner, is in P1, and the red flag is not out right now. We have nice sunny skies, but there is rain in the vicinity. It could happen any moment. This track is pretty big, so it might be raining on one side, but not the other. But hopefully we can get this all in here before it really rains. And then tomorrow we'll be bringing you live coverage of the Firekeepers Casino 400 right here, flag to flag, just like this. So make sure you guys are here tomorrow as well. Hope everybody's had a great day. Happy Saturday. What does the I mean? It means they're ineligible for points. Ineligible for points They don't run the series, so they're ineligible for points. All right. Stage 3 will give you your opportunity to pick a new driver if possible. 1,200 folks in here. We are at 300 likes. Let's see if we can get to 400 likes now. I've gotten away from Amazon almost completely. Finally, Ronald says. It looks like a nice little packed crowd. The outsides of the tracks are a little not full, but thank you, Joseph, for all the crowd looking at both of these. Look at a Logano fan there. Got a Logano fan. What else we got? Love looking at the crowds here. Look at those all in yellow there. That's pretty cool. Looking. Always remember, guys, if you're in the stands, they're looking for it, looking at you. So be aware.
John Hunter Nemechek will be up front. AJ Allmendinger has chosen the inside line. Jesse Love will be
$2 super sticker. Thank you, Joseph,
made his way back
for the
up to the
$2
top
super
four.
sticker. Thank you so much. If you guys would like to support the channel as well, drop a super chat
back into the
and show
restart
your
zone.
appreciation.
John Hunter Nemechek.
Here we go. Bucket it.
Back on the gas first.
This is live. That's live.
John Hunter, full-time in
Come
the
on,
Cup
go to
Series
it.
this year, has already won 2 Xfinity Series races when he's been behind the wheel of the 20.
You got their chip in your arm. What's up, Owen? Good to see you.
And now we'll see how that inside line works
John
together.
Hunter Nemechek, P1.
Into turn 3, they say door to door. And now a battle for the second spot. It was 3 wide for a moment. Jesse Love has it. And with those cars going side by side, they start to fall back.
Seems like every restart, about 1 lap in, everybody files to the top. The bottom loses momentum. Some, I'm not sure, wanted to be in the top, Jeff. It looks like they just slid there.
Yeah. Cars aren't as easy to, a little bit of contact in the back there. But the cars don't drive as easily as some guys hope that they would.
Billy Bowles with a gifted membership.
Remember
Thank
Sheldon
you so
Creed
much, Brian Schaefer. You were rewarded for that gifted membership. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Billy.
On the bottom.
Thank you, Billy.
Falling back, a little bit of side-by-side racing there.
Oh, Sammy Smith in that outside lane put Chandler Smith
We're eligible for all the MVP.
It was an aggressive move.
Earnhardt up to 12th. SVG to 7th.
Continues to fall back. As now he's side by side trying to get in front of the 97 of Shane Van Gisbergen. Take a look at the Toyota driver update as we see Nemechek out in front. Taylor Gray running 4th, has a career best of 3rd in the Xfinity Series. Creed starting on pole, now running 6th. Chandler Smith is 10th. And Jeffrey Earnhardt running 21st.
Well, think about that. Gray and Creed have both been spun around.
It's SVG.
So good recoveries by those 2 drivers so far.
Yeah, remember Sammy Smith's in there in 5th. He had a flat tire. Actually got a lap down at one point.
Carson Kvapil making the inside line work as he'll go by the 26 of Earnhardt, slide up in front of him.
And only 3 to go in this stage.
Needs a check.
So it was a
look at that move by Fast Pasta.
Stage 1 with the 39 of C getting the push as we see Jeb Burton in that 27.
What a move, Fast Pasta. I see you.
Shane Van Gisbergen now on board with WeatherTech camera.
I see you, Fast Pasta.
Who can get the move up top? We have the 20, the 2, the 16.
The 28 and the 44.
Playing nice and in line.
Coming together there.
I believe they're going to stay that way to the end of the stage.
The 38
4 miles.
No,
Parker Kligerman was going to come up, but then thought better of it as
keep hitting that like button, trying to get to 400 likes.
Well, that's a mess back there.
Pretty good gap up front, though. John Hunter Nemechek.
So he lost 2 spots.
Too much of a gap. Jesse Love running 2nd. Allmendinger is going to help the 2.
Pair of Chevrolets right there with the 2 and the 16, a Colligan, an RCR car, and then another Gibbs Toyota in 4th. So I'm not sure they're going to get a lot of help from Gray in the 4th place car.
Coming up on 1 to go in stage 2.
As Jesse Love laid back on purpose to try to get good forward momentum. Let's see if he can make it happen. Yeah, look at this big run. Almost got to him too quickly, though. Needed to have that gap getting into turn 3. I feel like he's dragging back a little bit, trying to get a run. Needs a little bit of push from Allmendinger.
The momentum's got to come forward. The 19 now pushing up to the 16. The 16 will close in on the 2. But will it come at the right time to actually make a move here off from 4?
Running middle of the track, John Hunter Nemechek in the 20. Looks like he's got a big enough gap in front. And John Hunter Nemechek will win stage 2.
Stage 2, John Hunter Nemechek.
Impressive, too, the way the 20 was able to just kind of stay out there. 4 or 5 car lengths clear.
Love, Allmendinger, Gray, Sammy Smith, Chandler Smith, Allgaier, Creed.
So Hunter Nemechek, last year's winner, is the winner of stage 2. We move into stage 3. I think we're going to get this in, y'all. I have a feeling. It's 65 laps to go here. I'm subscribed. Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much for that, guys. Thanks for all the subscribes tonight. I think we're going to get to our goal of 19,200. One more to go to 19,200. Thank you guys so much. We're going to try to get to 400 likes and keep hitting that subscribe. Woohoo! Boom, just like that. Thank you guys. So we're now 19,300. Let's march to 20K. But thank you guys so much for, let's see, which one is this? That's the battle cam. Which one is this? Let's see, what's this one showing right now? That's the battle cam. All right, so we want to go to aerial cam on this one. Aerial cam on this one. And another caution. End of the stage break, that's why. End of the stage break. Our 5th caution of the day. So we are past halfway. Well, almost past halfway. So if it does pour down rain, they probably will cancel this. Because love your videos. Your coverage is the best of them all. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate you. I try to do our best. Thank you, JMSHman. Thank you so much for that as well. As we are hanging out here, watching the Cabo Wabo 250 from the Michigan International Speedway. And we're having some fun. Check again, because I'm pretty sure it's 6 cautions. Let's look. Actually, we'll go to the... It'll tell us. Oh, I missed like 2 cautions. 7th caution. I'm sorry. I have missed. All right, here comes the pits. Here comes the leaders. Should be an interesting one here. Who's going to come in? Who's not?
To take advantage of that as the field making its way onto pit road. Dave.
Is that a Deegan car? Yeah,
John
the 15?
Nemechek will pit for the first time today.
He's
in
in
the 20 car.
P8.
His car was a little bit free. Talking in code, they had a
Billy
plan.
says
We'll
we
see
can
if
do
they
it.
take 2 or 4. Marty.
Jesse Love
We'll take a lot.
in stage 2. He said he's good when he's in dirty air. Actually, in the draft, clean air, a little bit too tight. They're going to go up on the track bar here.
Mark.
And Goodyear tires for everyone, and fuel also with 63
Thank you, Falcon,
to go.
Falcon
Tight,
T.
A little too tight maybe to make it to the end of the race.
88, 51, and 11 all stayed out.
I was shocked on how many people, how many y'all share the streams out, y'all. I'm shocked every week.
And
I
holding on to the
appreciate
lead, Gregson and Allgaier with a just
I said 7 on NASCAR.com.
Were able to grab a lot of positions. So
right here, see?
While the racing
7
was underway at the end of stage 2, we were able to catch up with Riley Herbst. It was moments ago.
So Riley Herbst is out of the infield care center. Hard hit. You okay?
I thought we had a really fast Monster Energy car. I thought we got shuffled back a little bit on restarts, made our way back up to the front, and just had a racing deal. Thought I had it. Obviously, I didn't have it. Now we're in the infield care center, but just a really fast race car. I thought we were going to have a shot at it there. It was kind of fun once we started getting racing a little bit, but yeah,
Denzel,
looking forward to next week at Daytona,
Thank you, Rod.
and we'll go from there.
You and I talked pre-race. You're locked into the playoffs. Were you any more aggressive today, just knowing that you had that in the hand?
I would like to say so a little bit. I mean, it's just a huge weight off your back, right? You can take bigger risks. You can put your car in positions where you wouldn't normally do it. So, yeah, I probably put myself in a position looking back on it I probably should have got out of. But I thought I was clear. I wasn't clear. And, yeah, bummer deal.
I love that interview. He could have easily said, Spotter told me to do it, I did it. It's his fault. He never did that. He took ownership.
Highs and lows of the sport, too. The last race he won at Indianapolis, and then you come here and you finish last.
Yeah, he didn't sell his spotter out because he knows that's his guy for the rest of the year.
Drivers will be choosing now.
You're getting hungry with this brownie car.
And Quapple's going to choose outside.
Lloyd, you getting hungry?
Looks like the first 3 cars will stay on that outside line. And while the choose is underway, let's go back to Dave.
Sam Mayer is out of the infield care center. So, Sam, what did you see? Was there any way to avoid all that?
Yeah, not really. I mean, it's just a product of this kind of racing. We're all up on top of each other, and we're trying to get every little inch we can. And protecting that right rear is really important, and the 98 needed to get up right there. So, no blame to anybody. Our 10X Chevrolet was really, really fast. It was almost as fast as Xfinity Internet, but we were definitely missing a couple pieces here and there. But I think that next time we come around, we're going to be a lot better. Obviously, this is good practice for Daytona, so focus on that. We're going to go kick some butt next week.
Tough situation for Sam Mayer. Even though the announcement came out today, he'll be with the Haas factory team in 2025. Sam Mayer in the last 35 races has won 6 of them. Now that's big. In 35 races to win 6 races, that's good. Very good. The bad side of that is that he's DNF'd 10 races. So you're either winning or you're not finishing with Sam Mayer.
Well, you can get away
Tim
with
Fenua,
that
ex-Busch racer, was the spotter. He should know better, Mark
says. To advance in the playoffs, I think you're going to have to
find
find
some brownies.
At least get
4 more likes for 360. Hit that like button for us. Trying to get to 400 likes.
3 cars you mentioned that stayed out. Quapple, Clements, the 11.
Here we go. Boogity, boogity, boogity.
Here we go. Green flag. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
Yellow. Perhaps these 3 just don't think they have good enough fuel mileage, or maybe they just want to stay out of the mess. Stay up front, try to avoid a few of these accidents that perhaps are coming.
Stage 3. And Williams, they were all on.
I feel like someone's about to flip. F3 says.
They came before this most recent caution. Back up through the gears, and stage 3 underway. John Hunter Nemechek getting a good push right now from Allgaier, is going to clear.
Dinger moving back.
88 of Carson Quapple. Allgaier also will clear that 88. We'll see if they both slide up and
for
take over the top
double
line.
zero car to be all taped up. It's running pretty good.
Big run on the top.
I take that back.
We see the double zero pull out of line with that nose damage. The 30 of Noah Gragson had made it 3 wide. The 21 went with him.
Look at Sieg, 39. Wow, look at that. He's picked up like 5 rows right there. I don't know if it's going to work out for him.
Oh, another crash.
The
There's the double zero, the 15.
He's going to need every one of them.
My goodness. Oh, the 15 got loose and hit somebody.
And they go spinning behind them. The 10 involved in it. So Daniel Dye.
Lawless and Daniel Dye in the 10.
There's the 10 of Daniel Dye sliding down the racetrack now.
Lawless
the 15,
Allen.
Yep, Lawless Allen.
You're leaking fluid, you can just stop.
You got flames coming out from behind the 15.
Kenny.
And a big
Forget what I said a few minutes ago. I know nothing.
60 laps to go in the race.
I'm going to go back and see what you said.
Looks like we just got loose underneath them.
Gary Skiers, I did miss you saying hello. What's up?
There's the 15, 3 wide on the bottom. Yeah, there you go. Loose, chases it up.
What did you say, Kenny? Because I don't see what you said. That's funny.
Jeb kind of gets it going. No, he ends up spinning around in the grass. The 10, Daniel Dye, doing nothing wrong. 3 wide top. 15 just gets.
Oh, you were talking about that. Is that a Haley Deegan car?
And then goes up the hill.
Haley's playing with her new go-kart.
Part for the 97 and the 44 to get through.
racing for about 16th position there.
And Jeff, you know, you talk about this a lot.
Racing is jinxed.
Over the last 10 years of covering this series, I think we've had to learn that, you know, this is not the Cup Series. It's Xfinity Series. It's a feeder series. We see a lot of Cup stars come down and run this series, but it's for the younger drivers to learn. And when you see that mistake right there of Lawless,
look at him licking it all over them.
Where else do you get to experience this, right? 2 mile Michigan, not a lot of testing. That's not going to be learned in the simulator. You have to come out and get in these positions to fill that memory bank of experience. And it was just.
Remember, we had 9 cautions for the truck race last Saturday.
Watch this ride along with Jeffrey Earnhardt. See what he's got to deal with. Did a good job.
Look at SVG. He was like in the top 10 before that pit stop, and now he's in 20th.
His experience is in the truck series, right? And you know they can run on large racetracks, but the cars are completely different than the trucks and the way they behave. And you're right. There's only one way to learn.
AMR safety crew's been busy today as
you don't even have any idea.
Drivers here. So the 15, Wallace Allen out of this race with 58 laps to go.
All right, look, we rode around with Austin Hill. Well, let's ride along with Jeffrey Earnhardt on one cam. And we'll ride along with SVG on the other cam. And we'll swap back and forth as they start. Let me make sure we get them all set here. Since we didn't get to ride along with Jeffrey Earnhardt or SVG yet, we'll ride along with them both at this restart. And this will be fun to swap them back and forth and see how it goes. Better things are awesome. I'm blessed on vacation with the niece and nephew, Eric says. Welcome. Awesome, awesome. Where are you at? What kind of cool vacation are you at? And then we'll get this one going too so we can go back and forth. You saw how they zoomed in on that right front fender. Jeffrey Earnhardt is racing which car? He is in the, what is it? The 26 Toyota. If Jeffrey Earnhardt driving a Toyota, Dale would flip over in his grave. So there we go. So this is Jeffrey Earnhardt, and then we got SVG right here. So Jeffrey Earnhardt, SVG. Jeffrey Earnhardt, SVG. All right, I think we're good. Everything both live. All right, we'll ride along with both of these guys. By the way, that camera shot over turn 3 and 4 due north. The rain is going away to the east. Awesome. So maybe we'll get this whole race in and finish strong here. Daniel's dreams of winning this race died. Oh, I saw how you did that, Joey. Still Joe. How do you get the cars on the screen, the paint schemes? So what I do is I screenshot on NASCAR.com on my app, and then I bring them into my editing video, and then I take those that I screenshot for the paint schemes, and I use a background eraser to bring them in right here. So they go from a screenshot to make the paint scheme vlog to here. And that's how we do it. All right, we're riding along with SVG. SVG back in 20th and Jeffrey Earnhardt in 21st. You're a magician and a scholar. Cabo Wabo, the name of Sammy Hagar's club. Yes, I always wanted to go there. Just not a big Mexico fan. What happened? No. Failed to execute. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. You can't have two at the same time. Let's try this again. We'll try it again. Oh, it's just some pixie dust.
And third, let's actually listen into the 88 radio.
Are we in a good spot for the end of the race, or are we kind of screwed?
No, we're still 15 laps short to make it to the end of the race. I think if we get one or two more cautions, we'll come down and do our stuff, and we'll be good to go for green, white checkers.
Steve?
So he was last on pit road at 52, so 15 laps short. You know, the other leaders were pitted 10 laps later, and I think they're going to try to stretch their tank. So I think with the
Hill, not a big fan of Xfinity race, but I will be when Connor Zillage, he's dominating in the ARCA,
we can make it on fuel, although the 7 of all
he won again.
Now saying 57 to go. We're going to draw the line. We're going to fill our car up with gas here. That way we don't depend on any more yellows. Dave, gas and go
stay
for
with the
these
commercial
cars?
here.
There was a number of cars.
All right, we'll stay with here. Jeffrey Earnhardt. I guess SVG didn't bid.
On that they had on there.
Oh, we missed the pit.
Sieg is in as well, Marty.
Yeah, Ryan Sieg coming down pit road. They actually had a piece of their bear bond they put on a moment ago kind of come loose and start covering the grill, so they were having some overheating issues. They're also working on the left front for Ryan Sieg, who, as Jeff pointed out, made some pretty spectacular moves after that last restart, trying to get some track position. Also, Cole Custer comes in as the regular season championship leader. They have been struggling with a pretty large overheating issue at one point at 285 on that car, and they have trying to fix it right now. But here's the deal with Custer. He has really fallen back in the field, came in with a 50-plus point lead. Right now it's just plus 31 over the 7 cars.
So Allgaier might be the new points leader after this is over.
The problem with the 00 is, you know, with
they
all
never
that
check the
damage,
oil
the
when they get
ductwork
gas.
Air, you know, the basically the ducting trying to force the air through the radiator could be damaged. No pressure in that. It's going to be hard to cool the 00.
A lot of work taking place on the 00. Again, caution coming out here for 7th time, but we'll have.
All right. We'll have to. Hopefully this pops up here because it's not showing the audio here. We're both not showing it. They don't take a smoke break either, like the old days, right? CeeLo, where can I see the paint schemes on my own time? Just go to the vlog, or you can go to NASCAR.com and click on paint schemes, or just type in NASCAR paint schemes on your Google. I don't know why it's doing that. Refresh. Paint schemes are giving a little more issue than I thought they would, so at least we rode along with them. I thought it would have been cool, but side by side, but they're not side by side anymore. So we're relying back with the battle cam and the aerial cam. They messed my plan up when one of them pit. All right. You're welcome, Tony. Battle cam. Play. No. I want aerial cam. That's the battle cam. We need the aerial cam. Glad to see the 88 doing good. Yep. He's in 2nd place. All right, here we go.
Our series racing. That's going to begin on CNBC, and it will join USA Network at the conclusion of this race for the Xfinity Series.
We saw a lot of cars come to pit road right there. I think they're
what are they going to do?
Trying to figure their fuel mileage to the end of the race. But Jeff, a little conversation on some radios about the radar.
Yeah, that
ooh, there's a big cell coming.
Green dot is approaching. I think if you're, we talked about it earlier, Steve. I need to know that. I just need to understand the intensity of that.
Yeah, they are pretty cool.
To the race because of the potential rain and what other.
It'll be 54 laps. A lot of people are saying the sun is shining. I see the shadow.
Green flag.
Well, that's why we showed you the radar. The possibility is still out there. Green flag back out. John Hunter Nemechek in the 20 on that high line. Has help from Carson Quattro.
Radar spelled backwards, that's right.
Chandler Smith in the 81. He's
Come on, Fast Pasta.
It's a little bit loose. Austin Hill pushing him up the racetrack.
It's trouble right there, y'all.
Pushing was accurate. I'm not
3
sure
wide.
was driving to the top or being pushed to the top, but it's going to end up
That's
working
trouble
out.
right there.
The 21 now is that car in the middle, blue hood, middle 3 wide.
Middle of 3 wide.
Oh, okay. Good deal. I was like, are they going to change it on us again?
Down there. Everyone clean through 4.
Nice work.
Keep hitting that like button for us. Keep hitting that subscribe. Trying to get to 400 likes.
I think that's going to save him a few positions.
Yeah.
53 to go.
It's Parker Retzlaff in the 31 that's falling back on the bottom of the racetrack.
See this 21. He wants to keep trying to go forward, but it's just nowhere to go. Now he's trying to find a hole to get into. Can he jump in right here? I think he can.
That leaves the yellow, white, and blue car, the 7 of Justin Allgaier, who just pitted kind of on his own on the bottom. A little bit of help for Parker Kligerman behind him.
And we're hearing NASCAR is going to penalize the 7 for pulling out of line too early.
Yeah, restart violation. You must stay in your lane.
Oh no, Allgaier.
You can't change lanes. You can't move in either direction.
This channel and Out of the Groove are the best channels on the tube. I appreciate it, Thomas. I'm nowhere near to be compared with Eric.
Quite lose a lap,
ever.
Very close to it.
Nowhere near. I appreciate it, but I am nowhere.
Pass-through penalty.
But thank you so much.
Take another look. Again, this is the 97 of Shane Van Gisbergen.
So he was laying back, gets a big run. And before he gets to the start-finish line, he changes lanes.
Yeah, clear as day, right? He has to follow the 35.
Let me get this camera up here.
Another
penalty for the 7 on a
make
restart
sure
violation.
Aware of,
he's
he's
done. There goes my pick.
To do is just
my
learn
other
as much
pick.
as he can about this racing. All in line here as Nemechek in front of Carson
SVG as well.
Back up through the gears goes the 97 of Shane Van Gisbergen as he comes off of pit road after serving that penalty.
In front of leaders, without a pit stop, you don't lose a lap, but you know, buy and sell first these cars in the draft, much like Daytona and Talladega, they're going to kind of eat away at that gap. Up front, I think
who pronounced it better, Justin Allgaier or Tyler?
They like to see the last kind of click by right here.
Marty.
Hey, Rick, we talked about the overheating issues for Cole Custer. Now you can add a right front that went down. They actually held him here on pit road for a moment just to make sure that everything was good, but he went down 2 laps in the process. And, you know, as it sits now, he would still have a healthy regular season points lead, but it's going to be cut down dramatically, almost in half by Justin Allgaier where they're running right now.
You get that damage, you could tape it up all you want. It just, you know, it's hard to keep it structure at speed with the air pressure pushing on it.
There's Taylor Gray in that 19 and P7. There's Sheldon Creed.
All right, Steve, how early are you starting to think about fuel and
Chandler Smith in P5? What's up, Uncle? Oh,
came to pit road
thanks
on
so
lap
much, buddy.
62. Can he get all the way to the end of this race with 49 laps still to go?
Well, we had a few cautions right there, so that's going to help him. You know, he's had 7
both my
flag
picks
laps.
are out.
So I think for that reason, he's going to feel a little bit better about his fuel.
Your 98
Plus,
is gone.
Even leading the race, you might be able to save a little bit of gas if the 88 of Quapple isn't pushing you too hard.
Yeah, he's probably
that
saving
is for
fuel
13th
also.
and 14th.
He put it on lap 52.
Sammy Smith running up there in the 3rd position. Noah Gregson is 4th. Chandler
Let's stick
Smith
with the leaders here.
in 5th in the 81.
With this style of
48
racing, it's
to
very
go.
difficult to figure fuel mileage because by yourself, 55 laps, pushing the air, you're kind of pushing the air all on your own. In the draft, you could get all the way up to maybe 60 laps. All right, so they're looking at a 63-lap run here. The finish, those 7 cautions should get him close. But
Single
he is leading
file.
the race. It's just such a huge window.
That 20 is strong anytime there's a cup driver in it. Should have known better.
And getting the aid of the
I just didn't think he could win
And
back
again,
to back.
a reminder, at the top of the hour at 6 o'clock, the NTT IndyCar Series race from Worldwide Technology Raceway in St. Louis will
no,
begin
because
on
he won here last year.
CNBC. And at the conclusion of the Xfinity Series race, we will join on USA Network. That race, again, the NTT IndyCar Series will begin on CNBC at 6 o'clock.
And you would think this front group, it's about 8 cars, they would just check out.
That's where Jesse
just
Love won,
drive
yeah.
away from this chaos behind them.
Watch out for
That's what
Chandler
you want
Smith
right
in that
now, is just to
81.
stay single file.
Noah Gregson's been quiet all day, but he's been the top 5.
Radio.
All we can do to creep the pace down without letting the 88 by. Everyone's trying to save.
All right, so what they want them to do is to try to stack the field up. To your point, Jeff, you would think they would drive away.
I don't
but
even
think
check's
John
good on
Hunter
fuel.
has
Everybody
the fuel to
else
do it.
The Carson number 88's got a half a tank.
Cars are faster than the field, so there's pace to give up as we take a look at first and second place telemetry on the right side of your screen.
Yeah, I like that mobile one.
Quapple, I don't
Toyota.
believe he thinks he can make it. Last on pit road lap 52, so he has probably no interest in trying to save gas. You watch the 20s telemetry, though. 5 green dots, wide open throttle, kind of all the way around the place, Dave.
Steve, I don't know if Carson can make it either, but they're encouraging to roll in, roll out of the throttle, take it very easy. So they at least want to give themselves as many options as they can as this race winds down. Remember, he's a 21-year-old, hasn't run a lot of Xfinity Series races. This is something new to him. He's been good at everything else he's tried so far, so maybe fuel save as well.
He's won multiple Cars Tour championships, and the son of Truck Series champion Travis Quapple. Running second, Carson Quapple.
All right, let's see if we can crank it up. Let's see if we can crank it up. We're riding along here. Crank, it's not too loud. Thought it would be a little louder than that, but they've kind of controlled the audio, I guess, on these things. But John Hunter Nemechek, Carson Hovel, and Sammy Smith, top 3 here, right along with the leaders throughout the rest of this race. If you want to know something, let me know. I can try to switch the cameras. You're watching the... Which one are we watching here right now? We're watching the... Battle cam? No, the aerial cam. This is the aerial cam. The GOAT. You hate a mileage race. I like them, though, sometimes. It gets interesting. But the 88's going to have to pit. Where are we? We're in the 3rd stage at the Michigan International Speedway. Right now, the 88 is going to have to pit. He has less fuel than everybody in the top 10. So I don't know if he's going to be able to hold back there behind the 20 and save some fuel, but should be interesting to see what happens here. The top 10 are good on fuel. How is Allgaier in 10th? He had to, man, that car is fast. Well, he's also got 4 fresh tires as well, so probably another reason why he's coming through the field so fast. But yeah, Allgaier is my dark horse here. We'll see what happens here. Hoping 88's hoping for another caution here. But the 20 wins here last year. We'll see if he can pull it off again. But the 88 getting closer to the 20. There's Allgaier there. Fastest on the track right now, Justin Allgaier.
The 88 of Carson Quapple had a big run there. Got all the way to the back bumper of the 20 of John Hunter Nemechek. But both could be on fuel, well, at least the 20 could be on fuel conservation mode.
I don't think the 20 believes he's racing the 88. The 88 pitted 10 laps earlier. But right behind the 88, his teammate of Sammy Smith, him and John Hunter Nemechek are on the same strategy. The first car with the most fuel is a 7 of Allgaier. He's back in 10th position. He pitted 7 laps after the leaders.
Going around the 2. He's in 9th.
What about the 7?
Oh, here goes that pass for the lead, Rick. Just as we say that, will Carson Quapple get it? Yes, it looks like he is going to, but these passes have been tough.
We'll see if the 20.
New leader,
he is
88.
Going to drop in behind the 88. So
I don't know how he's in 10th after being penalized.
This makes more sense. If the 20 is going to try to connect to the end of this race, second in line to a car that's inferior on fuel is the place to be. Now the 8 is racing for position. The 88 in front, he's now your best friend. Kind of break the air, try to save the gas. I bet if we go back to the 20's telemetry,
I'm saying, according to NASCAR.com, he's got less fuel than everybody.
Support throttle.
Dave.
So best fuel position right now is Justin Allgaier, or highest fuel position, I should say. Good position is Allgaier in 9th. He restarted 14th. This was his dictate from his crew chief.
So update, you're going to be good by 1 lap. The others are not. You're going to go as hard as you can. and force them out of fuel, okay? Hard as you can, and I'll let you know if you need to save any. Copy.
And so that is what Justin
38
Allgaier is
laps
doing.
to go.
Passing cars, going to the front, trying to run the others out of fuel. He's got 7 extra laps.
Yeah, so what he needs to do is he kind of needs some partners, but if Austin Hill in front of him is saving fuel the way his teammate Jesse Love was, he needs to just pull by and pass him. You see, this up here will help the cars behind catch up. So that is kind of what he needs also. And you can see way back in the back right there, he just got by Austin Hill. And now that with those cars side by side, that's going to create a big draft, and he should be able to catch this pack.
Almost to 400 likes. Let's go to 500 likes.
Jim Pullman on top of the 7-box. Jeff,
so tell me why JR went with the other guy for the 88 Shark House money. I don't know.
I need you to do this to have the best chance to win this race.
So now what he has to do is he's going to be faster. He's going to be able to be wide open. But what can he do with it? Is there going to be a
Allgaier come through this field?
Somebody or goes on the outside of him.
He's going for 7th
right in this situation. He's going to take this spot easily.
Maybe 2. If those 2 ran side by side, we'll see.
That last lap, Rick, he ran a 41.40. That is 0.7 of a second faster than the leaders. So the leaders are for sure in a fuel conservation plan.
But now he's side by side, and he actually did
Money
not
cures a lot of problems. You're right.
Back to the outside. Cannot get him. So that was a lap of not being able to get that one spot. He needs to be able to get up to this front group to be able to push them.
He's got less than the 20.
And then that'll force them.
This has
Carson's got like
a mid-90s Daytona summer race.
I don't know.
You know, everybody would talk
He's
about
less
what
than
this
half
race
a
looks
tank.
like. That's what it looks like to me, Dale, or to Jeff. You know, 8, 9, 10 cars in a gap. These are the ones where you're kind of wide open, but handling still matters. So I'm not sure we'll get a caution with 36 to go, which makes this strategy even more important.
Yeah, and it's gotten spread out, right? Everybody throughout the entire field is spread out. So it's harder to get that caution. You can see that Allgaier's doing everything in his power to. It's going to take him forever to get.
Somebody throw a water bottle outside.
He knows that, and so does John Hunter Nemechek leading this race.
Well, he's trying to push the pace.
Allgaier kind of slowed down a little bit. He's run into some trouble trying to get around these 2.
And if they're trying to conserve, it's going to make it even more difficult.
There goes Allgaier.
You're kind of trying to time the accordion. You're hoping you catch them backing up to save gas. There you go. Now he's got to the outside of the 19. He's going to push the 30. That's another spot.
He's now
push
in
the 30
7th.
past.
Working on 6.
A really nice job with this plan.
Allgaier up to 7th.
So now he's got more momentum on the 30.
It is backwards. He's going to have to pit.
One car at a time.
And with 35 laps to go, he has time. So 34 now. But he has time. It's just, can he continue to methodically pick off one car after the next? And he tries to get around the 30 here. He's going to clear that 30
easily.
But the 4 in front, they're packed up closer together. So how is he going to get by these guys unless he can get on the outside? There's nowhere for him to go. If he drove underneath the 18,
now he's in 6th. Allgaier to 6th.
Can he side draft the 18 and pull him back? Well, now he's going to open up that outside line. So now the 7 has the outside line, but he doesn't have enough momentum.
Yeah, so this is where it's going to get more difficult. The guys at the end of the pack, because they're struggling to stay with the front pack, there's more space.
And again, a reminder, if you're tuning in for the NTT IndyCar Series race at 6 o'clock, top of the hour, it will start on CNBC.
He runs out of fuel. He'll be a crew chief. Epic failure.
The IndyCar race will begin on CNBC, and USA
Keep that like, trying to get to 500 likes.
Race coverage at the conclusion of this Xfinity
Keep hitting that
Series
subscribe
race.
as well.
Here's the other thing. If Allgaier tries to go on the bottom and he doesn't clear him, all of those guys are going to jump on the outside.
Get to 19,250
is gone. So he cannot afford to make that mistake.
Don says he's going with Nemechek for the win.
Right there. Let the 18 look low, try to get to his right rear quarter panel. That's a much safer pass if it's unsuccessful. So now the 18 kind of goes up.
Will he push the 18? See if he can get the 18 to try to make a pass, too.
Well, that's great, because if he can get him side by side in front of him, he can just follow whichever lane he thinks can move through, and he's going to be plus at least one position.
But either way, I feel like he's forcing.
There's Sheldon Creed making a move over Sammy Smith, the 4th.
There goes the 18. He looks to the inside of the 8. Will the 7 go with him? The 18's going to complete the pass.
Yeah, so Allgaier's too smart to try to go with him right there, because it wouldn't have worked. and he would have been stuck on the inside, and the group behind him would have caught him. So
I haven't seen any of it,
to take
GG.
that spot, but if it didn't work out for you, it could have been worse. But the 18, the only way he made that pass is to be full throttle. So he is pushing his car.
Yeah, he should.
Again, John Hunter Nemechek, last pitted.
Got him.
On 62.
Absolutely. He's got that 8 now. Got to the right side. The 8 gets right back in line.
So the 7 has cleared. And again, Carson
The 88
Quattle's leading this race. He has a
everybody else is at a half a
lead over
tank.
John Hunter Nemechek,
The 88's at a
he
quarter
was
of a
last on
tank.
pit road at lap 52, so he has a lot less fuel, 10 laps less than Nemechek, and 17 laps less than the 7 of Justin Allgaier. Dave.
Well, he's going with the 80, 81.
About the plan.
Well, you're looking like a fuel. We got about 15 more laps. We got some weather about 6 miles away.
So the sun's out now. They cannot make it to the end. They're planning on
There you
weather,
go.
but
He
would
is
that end the
hoping for
race?
rain.
We don't know, Marty.
Dave, the race within the race is fascinating. That told Chandler Smith sitting in third, listen, we need you to save fuel. He said, I don't know how I can save more than I'm saving right now. I'm 50% throttle all the way around the corner. Then Jeff Mannering, his crew chief, said, I need you to save until you see the 7 in your
Herbst
mirror.
was wrecked.
At that point, I
Yep,
want
Herbst
you to
got
go
wrecked.
because the 7's in that better fuel situation than us. Save when you can, but once you see the 7, race them.
Well, and that's
29 laps
the
to
7
go.
showed up on the scene, and the 81 picked up the pace.
Well, and
And the
three
88
Joe Gibbs cars,
win
they haven't
on
been willing to
rain.
Pass each other. They have been stacked up multiple times getting in the corner. Creed now, he's going for it.
Creed's going to try to pull the 81 back with a little side drafting. He moves up the racetrack. He'll clear that 81 of Chandler Smith. So Creed moves up to the 3rd spot. Again, Nemechek's running 2nd. And out in front of this group is Carson Quapple.
Well, look, Quapple, I love this play. Rain is close. If you get rain for 4 or 5 minutes, how are they going to get the track dry in time to get it going again? So you're this far in, keep going.
Yeah, because it's going to take 2 hours for them to dry the track.
Are on the move, brought to you by
And that's,
Ashley Furniture.
what, 5 now, so that's
Jeff
6,
Burton
so
gained
that's 8
15
o'clock.
spots.
They're not going to be
Jeremy
able to start it.
Clements, 13 already, as we're seeing a little push there from Sammy Smith.
Well, Sammy Smith is Justin Allgaier's best friend because the 7 got high.
Look at
to the outside,
Allgaier
the
going
81
for
off
P4.
two. Had to either chop the throttle or touch the gas.
He
Lost
is
momentum,
coming, bro.
And to his rescue came his teammate.
And unfortunately, there's no one behind Sammy Smith, so Sammy Smith can afford to help him.
So the numbers don't work
Allgaier
out
doesn't have
for the
anything.
88
Russ the Hunter, what's up?
Quapple, unless rain stops this race. And then Mother Nature is Carson Quapple's best friend. Listen into the radio of John Hunter Nemechek.
Keep hitting that
Keep the lead,
subscribe.
save as much as you can.
We'll be bringing you the race tomorrow as well.
This is going to be a fascinating 25, 26 laps to the finish here.
Allgaier going for 4th.
Again, just a couple minutes away from the start of the NTT IndyCar Series race from Worldwide Technology Raceway. And again, that will start on CNBC. So on CNBC, the start of the NTT IndyCar Series race. As soon as this race concludes, it will be joined by USA Network.
It's going to take full concentration.
Yeah, I saw he's on the pole because of qualifying was canceled.
But you're trying to do it with not burning the fuel. As we see a big slide, the 7's going to take advantage. Teammate behind to push him through.
Yeah, way up the racetrack.
7 to the 8.
81 go up, and so now the 7 of Allgaier and the 8.
E4 for
Sammy
Allgaier.
Smith both cleared the 81 of Chandler
behind,
Smith.
sorry.
Junior Motorsports working very well together here. We've seen races in the past where they didn't do so well at some of the speedway races. Not today. Allgaier and Sammy Smith are lockstep. Sammy Smith kind of
Creed,
that great teammate.
Allgaier first and second. I'm calling it.
I'm just surprised that everybody is willing to gamble that the weather isn't going to get here.
You're right. We'll see what happens.
It might go north.
24 to go. See if we get to 500 likes.
Well, I think if you're the 7, you've played your cards, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're just trying to get up and take the lead at this point.
Yeah, I'm talking about the 20. I think what the 88's doing is exactly what they need to be doing.
We'll leave it right here, Bronny, on the leaders.
7 has caught the back of the 18 of Creed.
And you see how much these guys have slowed down, right? Because Quapple and the 88 is pulling out there 2.5 seconds.
I think they do, but you have to subscribe to that. It's a pay.
Whatsoever.
I have Indy. I bought Indy.com for the year, thinking I was going to have a lot more than I did for the Indy 500.
Comes down the front stretch.
You know, by Allgaier
right
just
there.
being there, Steve, it forces these Toyotas to use a little more fuel than they want to. If not, he would just easily pass them.
I like this move. This is what the 7's been doing, kind of running that higher lane.
29th for SVG,
this is going to be way harder because
down.
it is 2 Toyotas,
he had a
right?
speeding penalty.
He's going to have to try to split them up.
Look at the points as they run. Allmendinger 100 above that cut line. Sieg and Smith dead even again in points. Sammy Smith running in the 5th position right now. Ryan Sieg running 12th. That stage 1 win for Ryan Sieg, very big in points. Here comes the 7 now, looking to the inside of the 18 for this 3rd spot.
It's all about what this 8 car is going to do. Can he push him? He's coming to him. Going to make contact to the rear bumper. Doesn't quite get there. 7's got to clear him here. Doesn't do it.
And the 8 can't really stay close enough, right? Just between the 2 cars being wide open and the 18 picking up the 20s draft.
7 will drop back until he gets the help from the 8 again.
And if you're Creed, I know you want to work with your teammate, but don't you want to be the first one? Don't you want to get by this 20 car?
And you see on the timing screen the 88 of Quapple leading. We're not showing him because these 4 have basically conceded he needs to pit for fuel. They're not going to worry about him unless the weather does come. As we see, we have a slow car on the backstretch. I believe that's the 35. Joey Gase, it is. 35 of Joey Gase. I don't see a tire down. I don't know if he's out of power. It's a long way around here at that speed. I'm not sure he'll make it all the way back. NASCAR is going to let him try to get back. And I like that call. If he's not leaking any fluids, keep this thing under green. Let these strategies play out.
Looks like it's rolling pretty quickly.
Looks like he'll make it to pit road. And the fight for second continues on the top of your screen. So Joey Gase does make it to pit road. John Hunter Nemechek still in front of Sheldon Creed. Justin Allgaier in the 7. Again, trying to take position away from Creed and John Hunter Nemechek. He's trying to force their hands. He has more fuel than the 2 in front of him and a lot more fuel than the race leader, Carson Quapple.
Yeah, reading the radio on the 88. A couple laps away, about lap 108. We expect the 88 on pit road, so just 1 or 2 laps away.
Oh, 18 got loose right there.
And the 7 trying to take advantage of it to the inside. Does he have enough momentum to pass him?
He will not unless his teammate can get to him. I don't think that the 8 car has enough pace.
That side draft is going to pull the 18 back. The 8 does not go down soon enough to get with the 7.
I'll definitely
so
try.
Here comes the
Thank
18
you,
one more
Butterfly.
time.
Yeah, the 8
big slide by the 7.
The 8's just not close
7
enough
trying
to the
too
7
hard.
to be able to help him when he makes those moves.
And look at Sammy Smith once again staying right behind that 7 of Allgaier.
No, he's not.
Sammy Smith on the same fuel situation as Nemechek.
Keep hitting that like button,
Creed.
trying to get to 500 likes. Our sub goal is 19,250.
Allgaier drives underneath him, but just not enough momentum to clear
Cameron
him.
says, bro.
And 7's so much faster because these guys are trying to save fuel, but you can't quite clear him. He's on the outside of him now. He's there.
He's going to stay there. and he's going to clear that 18. So now Allgaier has moved up to the 3rd spot.
There comes Allgaier to 2.
Just behind the 20 of John Hunter Nemechek. We're expecting
Come on, Allgaier.
Any lap now to be on his way to pit road because of a fuel issue. And here comes the 7 going by. He'll clear the 20.
Come on, Allgaier.
Allgaier in a position where if fuel comes into play, he's got the most of anybody around him.
88's almost out.
2 teammates, though, behind him. They're going to work together.
And
here comes the 88.
On his way to pit road. That will
oh, man, it was worth a shot.
Justin Allgaier.
New leader, Allgaier.
Now leading the 88 on pit road, Dave.
Car did not sputter. Carson did not say anything. They called him to pit road. They knew they couldn't make it to the end. They were just hoping the weather would get here first and end the race. That did not happen.
There are dark clouds right now above the racetrack, but no precipitation yet. Marty, Jesse Love's coming towards you.
Boy, just as the storm clouds start to come over MIS here, Jesse Love, among those that pitted at lap 62. Important to note, he coming down pit road here. Fuel.
All right, Allgaier, the new leader. Let me see those 7s in the chat if you're an Allgaier fan.
And now you see the gap, right? The 7 is able to pull away from the 3.
7's in the chat for Allgaier.
Now in the position, the 20, the 18.
Yeah, Allgaier's good.
If they are short on fuel still, it's all about managing the fuel. Now that you've given up the lead, or
I don't know, Allgaier's got a quarter of a tank left.
Taken away by the 7. It's Jim Pullman, crew chief for the 7. Just a great strategy.
I don't see him.
Putting more
15 laps to go.
Committing to the strategy, and then Allgaier on that restart, getting trap position right away, and then executing.
Everybody's going to have to pit. Everybody is low on fuel except Cole Custer in 30th.
At 69 that have been unable to do this. Allgaier fast enough to go up and
How to stream NASCAR.
Can Allgaier have pushed too hard? Could he have pushed so hard that he potentially could run out of gas?
Can't just turn it on and expect a big crowd.
13 laps to go.
Well, I think you would take advantage of every car in front of you. The 20, or excuse me, right in front of the leader, right? We see the 97 of SVG who had that restart violation. He's a pretty fast race car. So as the 7 toes up on him, a little part throttle, right? Don't lose
half
momentum.
a second now on human
before.
Nemechek.
He knows how to kind of keep lap time while saving some gas.
The only 2 in the field that have won here at Michigan before, John Hunter Nemechek and
Jeffrey
AJ
is Dale
Allmendinger.
Jr.'s nephew.
And it has gotten dark here at the racetrack.
Very dark. The clouds came over the racetrack. The good thing is right now that we haven't heard of or seen any precipitation.
So you move right there from Creed.
Can Allgaier do this? What's up, Colin?
By the 97, putting him
that like about 30 more to go to 500 likes. We're trying to get to 19,250.
Getting hung up behind the 97, but that was no issue whatsoever. Just drove right by.
Well, and we talk a lot about what this is doing for Creed and Nemechek, but if you look at the group of cars over here, that's a large
still learning,
group of cars
Don.
that were last on pit road at lap 62. Creed, Nemechek, Smith, Gregson, Gray, Hill, Chandler, Smith. I only say that because look at Ryan Sieg back there in 10th. He's on the fuel strategy of the 7. He's only 1 point currently to the good over Sammy Smith. The playoff line could change dramatically in the last 12 laps depending on how everyone has done saving gas.
Have they saved enough fuel?
Earnhardt having a good run today. Yes, he is.
With the
16th.
teammate, Justin Allgaier, and that's 7 to help him stay up. So he was on the gas quite a bit, giving him pushes throughout these laps to get him the lead and be up front.
A little surprised the 7 hasn't been able to drive further away. I feel like Creed, he really hasn't. He hasn't gotten away from him that far.
A guy of his status should already know.
To get some confidence that somehow he saved enough fuel.
Or maybe
go up here and take the fight to him.
Maybe he sees this as his opportunity. Got to go for it.
11 to go.
Race him for it as opposed to worry about fuel.
Monka, is that you, ATF?
That the 7 has
Sheldon Creed.
He's going to have to go for it.
Well, we're going to find out because Creed.
I think that's ATF and El Vijo.
And now the 7 car is right in front of him.
Ayo.
And look at the second place finishes for the driver of the 18, Sheldon Creed. 10
Sheldon
second
Creed.
place finishes already Still looking for that first win. It was announced earlier today he'll be with Haas Factory Team in 2025, but wouldn't a win be very good for his
That'd be running if they all,
into the playoffs.
ran out of fuel in the
Don't
backstretch.
forget, he spun from the lead earlier. So this car is fast. Pole sitter has the pace.
Well, let's see. Is anybody saving fuel?
Allgaier was out of the gas more than Creed.
Yeah, but I don't know that that's out of the gas trying to save fuel or out of the gas
18,
for
baby.
handling issues.
Well, we saw him get that loose earlier, right?
Right.
Yeah, new crew chief as well.
Here comes Sammy Smith in the 8, trying to clear John Hunter Nemechek.
Well, and in front of the 7, a bunch of traffic, to be quite
Creed,
honest.
you didn't win, my guy.
We don't think about traffic in a situation like this, but
Caution's out.
Austin.
Car in the wall.
Oh,
in turn
no.
2.
Oh, wow.
91 hard, Kyle Weatherman.
Oh,
And Kyle's trying to climb out of that car quickly.
We blew a right front and hit a freaking ton, Mario.
Well, really good to see
What's up,
Kyle.
Tom?
You see the heavy damage.
Scroll.
You heard the spotter
Pasta.
talk about a right front tire going down.
Alfredo in 12th.
You see right here, the 91 toward the bottom, and there it is.
Oh.
Tad Boyd, the spotter, was right. That was a huge
9
hit.
laps to go, and there's a caution.
It's for a car that had issues today. He's 22 laps behind, back in 30 seconds. So, hate to see that.
Yeah,
Five more
narrowed
likes
that
to
car
500
quickly.
likes.
We see the AMR safety crew
Keep hitting that
quickly
subscribe.
going
We're trying to get to
attend to Kyle Weatherman.
19,250.
That is such hard impact.
Austin Dillon did
just
it.
Jars you. It's amazing. I can't even.
Yeah, now
describe
everybody's gonna
what it
pit,
feels like
right?
when you hit like that. It is.
Everybody's going to pit.
It just hurts everything.
SVG's got the lucky
See.
dog.
You see it on the face.
Where are we next week? We're in Daytona.
Just huge hits.
Friday, Saturday
Watch it,
races.
Watch the right rear. This thing goes up, and watch, boom, boom. Right,
And then
that
Sunday,
second smack of the right rear.
Truck race.
That really hurts.
And again, the safer barriers, that styrofoam that's behind the steel wall. It's supposed to give a little bit of movement to the wall so that the car and
Foster should stay out.
take the full brunt.
I don't
of
think
the
he
force.
can. He's low on fuel. He's no fuel. Everybody's going to have to pit.
There's been so much done for
One
the safety
through-
of these race cars, but when you're going these speeds,
The only one that should not pit here is Carson.
there's no way to take the pain.
And he's got
away
full
from
fuel
it. You hope to limit
and
it.
fresh tires.
You can't eliminate it.
The 88 might win this.
Interesting situation here. Turning back to the leaders. 8 to go. Rain closing in. Dark clouds above the racetrack. Really, until we saw the
But
car on
right,
the wall,
Pasta,
I wondered if that was
if
for
it
rain,
rains-
that caution. It really is that dark out. So now you would have to think that you see the racetrack right there, little green spot almost right on top of it. I would imagine
ninth
the
caution,
guys.
I need to change that.
So it's a question. If the caution's helping you save gas, but are we looking at a standard race length, or are we going to go past the end of the race? I don't know how long it's going to take to get that car towed back in.
And yeah, Jesse
And what do
Love
you
as
have to
well.
lose, right? If you're Sammy Smith, you talked about the point battle that he's in. Can he afford to stay out here and potentially run out of fuel?
We're going to take a quick break and come back for the restart here at Michigan.
Man, oh man. Should be interesting finish here. Should be an interesting finish. The 88, he just pit, so he should be just fine here. So there is Allgaier doing a little rain dance maybe in the car. Why break? Race almost over. They want to go have a green, white checker and all that stuff. But look at the clouds. They're coming in, y'all. But I don't see anything rain-wise that's going to cause anything. So I think we're going to get this whole thing in. I see the question, if there's rain, will they do it tomorrow? No, this will be over. They're not going to run the race tomorrow for 9 laps. So this is it. So right here. Thank you so much, guys, for the 500 likes. Keep on hitting that subscribe. Trying to get to 19,250. All right, there's Allgaier. Do you think Allgaier is going to win this? Everybody's going to pit. And the 88 should stay out. That's my prediction. Everybody's going to pit, and the 88 stays out. Let's see what happens here.
Weatherman, but a little bit of sprinkles in the area as they are continuing to clean up the accident in turn number 2. Could
T-Van says it's raining there in his hometown
race
as well.
to be shortened. Pit road is open. Will anyone come?
I don't think the leaders. I think they've all made their strategy on fuel. The question is, do you think we'll continue to see overtimes, or will the rain end it?
Wow, I can't believe it.
Smith, Ryan Sieg surprisingly coming to pit road, and Parker Kligerman. Marty.
Yeah, you see
Chandler
Chandler
Smith.
Smith, Ryan Sieg coming down pit road, also Parker Kligerman as well. In fact, Matt Noyce was fairly committed to coming down pit road here with 6 laps to go so far in the race, and he said we're going to drag everybody else with us. And then
Allgaier's on fumes, y'all.
Popped out in front of him. I think all of these cars are having trouble.
Thank you,
with
D.
handling.
Chillin and
Chandler
Steven.
Smith in the middle of this run told Jeff Mandering, as crew chief, hey, if we get a caution, I want 4 tires. The handling completely gone for me. So we'll see how far back these guys restart.
Big one's fixing to happen.
And certainly fuel to make it to the end, and even for an overtime is what they need to get track position.
Well, Rick, if we're lucky enough to mix this weather,
Oh, the green. I hate fuel
overtimes,
races,
They could be
he
in
said.
great shape.
All right. Commercial break. Oh, boy. This should be interesting, y'all. 6 laps to go. Tons of cars on fumes. And they're gambling here. Who runs out? Give me someone that's going to run out here. There's Fast Pasta right here. Who's going to run out? We got 28 cars on the lead lap. Jesse Love 1 lap down, so he is out of the running. But most of the cars with gas are a lap down. You're open for the 88. The 7 misses a shift on the restart. Dislike says. Taj says the 88. Someone's going to 7 for Cyrus. 7 is going to crash, Cyrus says now. When they run out of fuel, of gas, it's like they slammed on the brakes, so it'll be a bad wreck, DJ Limo says. Everyone but Earnhardt, GG says. Top 17 runs out of fuel, and the 88 comes through with the win. There's the NASCAR selfies. And there's these guys. Look at that Kyle Larson shirt. Look at these guys. And there's the clouds. This is going to be fun. Come on, run out would be insane. Cole Custer wins. He's a lap down. I don't think that's going to happen. All right.
In the NASCAR Xfinity Series,
5 laps to go.
Cabo Wabo 250 from Michigan
Thanks for
International
coming in here, y'all. Hit the
Speedway.
like, hit the subscribe.
Out front, it's Allgaier. Does he have enough fuel? Has he saved enough? He had the most of the guys he was racing against, which includes Sheldon Creed running 2nd, Sammy Smith running 3rd, John Hunter Nemechek is 4th, Gregson 5th, Taylor Gray 6th, Austin Hill 7th. All of them came to pit road at 62, where Allgaier was on pit road at 69.
Look at the infield, packed.
Again.
It's big fun up here. This infield
Sheldon
is
Creed wins runner-up here.
underrated.
He'll have
and
the
how
record
fun
for
it
most
is.
runner-ups
Good party
in the
crowd.
Xfinity Series.
I'll
Always
tell
a
you something, guys.
bridesmaid,
Don't
never a
keep talking about
bride.
this weather. The wind has picked up. It is blowing directly toward turns 1 and 2. That is going to change the way these cars drive.
And
oh boy,
3 and 4. Adding some laps. That's the northern part of this track, and that's where we saw the green hitting. So as it is going through, we'll see how much precipitation comes down if they lose the track.
Well, if you're Allgaier, the track's soaked. If you're Creed, the track's fine. Probably, you know.
It certainly forced NASCAR to.
Oh my gosh, Darren, thank you so much.
Sure the track's dry.
Where's Love? He's
But you're
1
right,
lap
Steve.
down.
I mean, everybody has a different mentality as far as how
1 lap
wet
down,
this racetrack
29th.
is.
We see the 8 on the flat. We're reading Sammy Smith has seen some low fuel pressure. So You see right here, Justin Allgaier, 24 wins in the series, going for the 25th.
Yeah, he's trying to get Jeff Burton.
What the heck?
He wants to catch that
when he makes
27 wins.
Do you get to like present the trophy at 27? Like, hey, here you go.
I think Kyle Busch could present the trophy.
I don't know if that's a good
one,
thing or
but
bad
I
thing,
don't
JJ.
think that- yeah.
So I was saying we saw the 8 on the flat. He's reporting some low fuel pressure. So remember, this is kind of the old style fuel cells. We've talked a lot about the fuel cells in the Cup cars. Well, these Xfinity cars have basically a pickup in the right rear corner box. It has some trap doors. The fuel goes in there and it doesn't really come out. But the design is, as you run in a circle, kind of like spinning a 5-gallon bucket, you know, on a rope, the water stays in it, or the fuel stays in that right rear corner. But under these speeds on the banking, the fuel actually falls to the left because gravity takes over. So the 8 going down on the banking, on the flat, swerving, trying to get fuel back over into that pickup.
What's interesting is the 18 and the 20 on the same number of laps on fuel, they don't feel the need to do that.
And that's where, once you get to these late race restarts, I'm just not sure how many we're going to get. One guy steps on the throttle and he's low fuel.
Marcus, thanks for becoming a rookie member.
Multiple times. I mean, at Nashville,
they're not giving him the 1 to go, which means it will be overtime.
Joey Logano survived, I don't know how many of these things, and ran forever on a fuel tank in the Cup Series. 5 overtimes that day.
Yeah, there's a positive to these cautions. It's running,
I mean, everybody.
More laps under cautions, less fuel burned. However, now you just open the door for an overtime finish, which could potentially add laps. So you just don't know how that's going to work out.
Marty, what about Creed?
On
well,
empty.
for what it's worth, Rick, it has stopped raining here on pit road, and a lot of conversation on Sheldon Creed's radio about where to choose if they ever get to that point. NASCAR adding another caution lap here. We'll see if they're coming to the choose this time. His teammates who behind him, John Hunter Nemechek and Taylor Gray,
someone's running out of
we'll
gas
go
here.
low if you want us to go low, but they also know that the top has been dominant today in terms of restarts. So, Jeff, what would you take?
New Zealand, thank
take
you
your
for coming
teammates'
in,
word for it? Hey, we'll help you out, or would you go to the top side
10 more to our
on
goal.
this restart?
If they're going to go with me, I'm going to have to go to the bottom.
6 more.
I just don't know that I can win from starting behind the 7. I also think it's just a bad situation to be in. If you do pick the top has been better all day. Maybe you clear the inside line. Maybe you get some help, and you can make that move on the 7 car. And it's a very tough call. The bottom has worked a couple times, but it's really worked when the great push was on the bottom and it wasn't such a great push on the top. And remember, if they pick the bottom, Sammy Smith's going to pull up behind Allgaier, and that's his teammate. But by this, look at this rain right here.
Yeah, that's turn 4.
Yeah, I can't see him going again.
That was turn 4, and we can see the raindrops hitting the camera on Austin Hill's United Rentals on board.
The question is, are they going to red flag this thing?
Well, these are all the debates that the tower comes into question because, you know, do they think stopping, is it getting too wet to stop the cars?
It's raining right now. That's not a sprinkle, but is there enough time to stop them, try the track, get
it's
going
not
again?
Junior. Thank you, Randy, Trey.
Day, knowing that 820 is already
Appreciate
the official kind of end of the race and being this close, I think if the track changes color, a 2-mile racetrack, I would be shocked that we're going to see it dry. So I think any rain at this point, we're already in overtime.
Right.
So, I mean, red flagging here, you would think would be ending the race.
They're going to bring them down pit road, we're being told by NASCAR. This time by.
I know the 18 wants a shot to win, but I think there's a bunch of cars behind the 18 that would be okay with just ending it. I've seen so many cars on the flat, I'm not sure how many think they can make it on fuel.
Sammy Smith being one of them. We keep talking about the race to try to make the playoffs.
I can't remember who they replaced. What's his
Ryan
name?
Sieg in a very tight battle. He would roll out of here with a 3rd place finish.
And if you're Ryan Sieg, Chandler Smith, Parker Kligerman, you're frustrated because you came to pit road and then the weather got you. But, I mean, everybody had the radar. We knew the rain was close. If I could have knew exactly when it was going to rain, I'd have won a lot.
Kevin
more
Harvick was
races.
with Fox.
Well, you got to have the right weather app.
I don't think he's going to pull it off.
So take another look at the radar. Again, just a really small cell that's passing through here. But if it's enough, if it puts enough precipitation and moisture on this racetrack, then they have to get the jet dryers out. That's going to take quite a bit of time. You mentioned it, Steve. It's a 2-mile racetrack. The sprinkle's still coming down on the 21 as they're on pit road now.
Thank you,
To
Eddie.
be honest, you know, this has not been, there's been a lot of precipitation in the area that's not even on the radar. So
it looks wet to me. It looks like
I
turn
agree.
4 has gotten wet, like they've lost to turn 4. They're going to have to dry that for sure. The front straightaway part of it as well. This track's hard to tell, to be honest. It's the color of it is it's difficult to tell when it's wet versus dry, but I feel like turn 4 is wet.
This time they stopped the entire field before the start-finish line, even on pit road.
As we're hearing, they feel like they have not lost the racetrack.
Listening to the officials right now.
Safety crew will go out on track. Pace cars, the trucks, as the red flag has come out. NASCAR's going to go out, take another look at the track. This is a great call as far as those that were worried about fuel. So instead of rolling around here to make that decision, stop them on pit road. Go out, see if the track needs to be cleaned. If turn 4 is so wet that it needs to be dried, you guys are seeing that line there.
Well, once again, I thought that was like a dry area up by the wall because of the angle of the wall, but now I'm wondering if that isn't just the tire rubber, the groove.
Well, that's where they've put the resin down. You know, trying to create a third and fourth lane. That, you know, that 2 lanes. That's what that is.
Too bad Parker's in the race because he's our wet
he can tell us.
asphalt expert. We could have sent him out there to look at it.
Y'all are awesome. Got us to our goal.
I'm starting to laugh now.
No, well, just remember, the NASCAR officials who are going to make the determination whether this can be dried or not, they're in basically the tower next to us. So they struggle to see the condition of the track no different than us. That's why the pace car, other safety vehicles can go out, look at the surface, determine what it looks like.
Well, we're going to chat with the 7 of Justin Allgaier, and I'm pretty sure he's going to say that it is so wet there's no way they should be allowed to go back out on the track.
Well, they're talking amongst themselves right now, so we're going to give them plenty of room. All right, we're good now. Hey, Justin, guys in the USA booth, you with us?
You just watched the news instead of the race.
Well, great job there getting by all those guys to get the lead. Now you got to wait the weather out. What did the track look like to you?
Well, unfortunately, Jeff, I couldn't see the track because the windshield's pretty wet. You know, obviously, regardless of the outcome here, just proud of this 7 team. You know, our Helmets Mayo missile that we've been calling it all week is just that. I mean, it's been a lot of fun to drive this thing today. We passed a lot of cars. We passed on the inside and the outside. We've done all the right things. I don't know that we're as fast as Xfinity Internet down the straightaway, but we're definitely hauling through the corners. And you know, hats off to Jim Bowman and this whole 7 team. I mean, we went to Indy, weren't happy with it, and these guys have busted their tails to come back here with a similar package, and albeit a different racetrack, and put us in the catbird seat for this last restart.
Well, we appreciate you taking time. We'd be interested to watch how you pull this thing off if you get going again. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you. There's a lot of hungry race car drivers behind me, so they're going to be pushing, but hopefully experience will play out here, and we can put ourselves in a good spot. So hopefully you guys are having fun up there in the booth, and the fans at home are enjoying, and we're going to go give them a good show.
We always have fun up here.
Yeah, well, he talked about hungry drivers behind him. There's one that's probably as hungry as any driver possible to get a win, and that's the guy that's right behind him with Sheldon Creed in the 18. I mean, he's finished second 10 times and has yet to win a race, and now there's one right in front of him. Really close, an opportunity.
What I did like about Allgaier there is, you know, he wasn't kind of positioning or begging for this thing to end. Like, he's mentally still in the game, ready to go restart if that's what it's going to take.
By the way, the 91 driver Kyle Weatherman has been checked and released from the infield care center. Let's check in now with Marty.
Yeah, good to see that Kyle Weatherman is walking away from the infield care center. Let's check in with Sam McCauley, the crew chief for Sheldon Creed. So this is what you wanted, a shot to be able to race for it. How, though, is your fuel situation? Number one, not only for this first potential overtime, but maybe
sometimes, Kelly,
overtimes.
if you have
I mean, I think it's tight. We're
the private subscribers, sometimes it doesn't pop up. But thank you, Kelly.
But we feel like we can make it at least one green white checkered.
There's Weekly Sports Network.
See from there. I mean, we really want to win the race, and that's what we're here to do. And I'm just really proud of these guys. I mean, to come back from the spin, Sheldon did a great job not getting any damage, and you know, our car's really fast. I think we can race the 7, and I hope we get to put on a show.
All right, so how about this choose on this restart? A lot of talk on your radio. Tony Hirschman's been chiming in as well. Are you thinking you would rather him go low and use the teammates, or would you rather go high behind what you think will be the 7?
I mean, ultimately we're going to leave it up to Sheldon, but, you know, I think the top's been strong, and we've seen guys, even the top 3, all take top. So we'll leave it up to him, but we're just going to give him all the information and what we think. And, you know, I think ultimately it is nice to have the John Hunter and Taylor back there to kind of hopefully go with us if we make a run, and, you know, we'll just race it out.
You can hear the jet dryers on the racetrack. How are your nerves? You doing okay up here?
Doing all right, yeah. Just ready to go racing.
All right, he's been through this a lot, Rick, as the lead engineer for Denny Hamlin for a long time. A lot of race wins. But, Steve, you know this. It's a little bit different when you're sitting in the crew chief seat, isn't it?
Oh, I had a lot of opinions on what we should do or could do until it was my turn to be the guy talking on the radio. And then you get just a little bit, not more nervous, but you realize kind of the buck stops with you. You have to make the decision. But I agree, all that experience in the Cup Series helped Denny Hamlin go to so many victory lanes. You know, Joe Gibbs Racing does have a great system. We talk a lot about drivers because they're the stars, and that's who gets focused on as they come up through the ranks. But it takes great crew members, great crew chiefs, great engineers. And when a company like Joe Gibbs Racing, you know, they do a great job of kind of promoting from within and grooming this talent.
You see when the jet dryer goes, the gray gets lighter after it has been through there. So they are drying turns 3 and 4 right now, hoping to get the restart in overtime here in Michigan.
Yeah.
With generative AI on.
Well, I think it will be pretty quick, though. They just got to do that one turn, it looks like. Listening to the scanner here, the officials. See if they say anything. The good thing is that they're not getting the drivers out of their cars. So 3 and 4 are the ones that they're really concerned about right here. Everything else looks fine, but I think they can knock it out here pretty quick. But it's going to be a green-white checker no matter what here. And we'll stick with you here as long as we can. 4 laps to go still. Yep. Well, they're going to come around, that make it 3, which will be green-white checkered after they come back. Nice little rainbow right there. That's pretty cool. Sync ending. So I'm saying call it. It's got 4 laps to go. Like, come on, man. And that's going to force all these cars to pit as well.
To the east, sun shining at some of the places around the racetrack as folks are out there on the back deck at Jerry's. So as they are continuing to dry the track in turns 3 and 4, let's listen to Dale Jarrett, who's very, very knowledgeable about what it takes to get that first win, as he had 10 second place finishes, just like Sheldon Creed is in that same position right now.
Some say finishing second hurts more than finishing last, and Sheldon Creed has known that pain all too well. In the past 21 months, Creed has 10 runner-up Xfinity finishes, and they've come in every way imaginable. He has slammed into teammates in last-lap battles for the lead.
Allgaier's going to win in Martinsville!
He has made the wrong split-second decision in the Daytona draft.
Checked up a little short.
Road courses, short tracks, and speedways. He's lost at them all.
Got oil everywhere.
He pulled the video game move.
Man, I wish that would have worked.
Unbelievable. I don't understand.
Even a change of scenery this year from Richard Childress Racing to Joe Gibbs Racing has not changed his luck. 3 more second-place finishes in 2024.
Made all the right moves there.
But there's good news for Creed. The 2 men he has tied for the dubious distinction of most Xfinity second-place finishes without a win went on to win championships in NASCAR. After breaking my Xfinity winless drought, I went on to a Hall of Fame career and a Cup championship. Daniel Hemrick broke through for his first Xfinity win in the same race he claimed the title. So chin up, Sheldon. When you get over this hump, it'll all be downhill from there.
And a win here would be big right now. Of course, he sits second, which he's finished there so many times without that first Xfinity Series win. But again, a reminder, today the announcement was made that he'll race for another team. So 3 different teams in 3 years for Sheldon Creed, because next year he'll be with Haas Factory Team.
Well, you know, it's a bit of cliche, but we've always said.
We're going to Daytona next week. It's going to be worse.
It's hard to win from 15th, from 10th. When you see guys kind of ascend that mountain in their career, you see them inside the top 15, then the top 10, then the top 5. Well, no one has done it more consistently than this 18 car without finding the top of the mountain. And you just wonder, while he kind of seems to be okay when he talks about it, when that monkey finally jumps off his back, when he finally breaks through the victory lane, it could spark quite the run, right? It wouldn't shock me if the first win turns into many in a row or many in a month.
And again, a reminder, the NTT IndyCar Series right now at Worldwide Technology Raceway, they are on CNBC now. And at the conclusion, there you see the live shot of that race taking place. At the conclusion of this race, which the sun is out now, the track is drying. It'll be 3 laps potentially if there's not a second overtime. But at the conclusion of this race, we will join them on USA Network. Let's dial up the driver of the 8.
Yeah, Sammy Smith running third. Let's see what he's got on his mind. Hey, Sammy, USA booth, you got us?
Yep, I got you guys.
All right, sitting there third. What's your game plan?
Oh, man, hopefully if we can get the front row here, have a good restart, and race Justin Allgaier out, and hopefully we have enough gas. That's the biggest thing right now. Is I felt like we hopefully saved enough under that green flag run, and hopefully we don't run too many caution laps here once we get going, so we have enough fuel.
So you think the Toyotas, you got Creed right in front of you, you think there's a chance that he's going to go line up behind Allgaier, or do you think he'll take the bottom?
I'm not sure. I feel like he probably will take the bottom, just with having a green-white checkered here. And it's been a good day, though, for our all-state Peterbilt JRM team. We had that right rear go down, and being able to rebound is good. So we just need to close it out here.
All right, bud. We're here, and the track's not that far away, so we're going to leave you alone and let you get back to work. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, the sun's shining now on the racetrack, and so the jet dryers are making their way back to turn 1, where they will park, and hopefully very soon we'll hear them fire the engines back up.
So think about Sammy Smith, 20 years old. He won early.
All right, looks like we're going to start rolling here any second.
Won at Phoenix, hasn't won since. Moved over to Junior Motorsports, hasn't been the success they hoped it would be. A lot of racing left to go this year, and it's sitting right there in front of him. You win this race today, locks you in the playoffs, and although the year hadn't gotten off to a good start, that would fix it all.
Thank you, DJ.
We'll continue with racing from here at Michigan tomorrow. Tomorrow's schedule starts off with Pro Motocross from Budds Creek at noon, then countdown to green at 2 o'clock, 2:30 Cup Series racing. And again, reminder, we're embedded with Ross Chastain and Harrison Burton in stage 2 for tomorrow's Cup race.
Ross Chastain racing, trying to get himself into playoffs. He was very fast in practice today. He's going to be fun to follow.
Thank you, AJ
And now let's see what Jim Pullman is up to. Marty's down there on the pit box with him.
Yeah, let's chat with him. His driver, Justin Allgaier, in the lead as of right now. So when you made this grand plan at lap 69 to come down pit road, did you have overtimes factored into that?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. I think we're good for 1. I don't know about 2, so hopefully we can get back to the white flag on this one.
So let's talk about Justin Allgaier and Michigan. Crazy, all the things he's done in his career. He's never won here. Where would a win at Michigan kind of rank for both of you?
Pretty high right now. Where we're at in points and what we're fighting for this regular season be pretty good. Cole's had some trouble today, so it'd be pretty big for today. The Hellman's Mayo missile Chevy Camaro's been really good, and proud of all these guys.
Cranking
Proud
them
of
up.
Justin and Eddie up
Let's
there.
go.
They've done a good job of fighting through some adversity. It hasn't been the fastest car down the straightaway, and that's due to our body and the way we've built our car.
We get to 600 likes.
And we're just really proud of the Hendrick Motor Shop. Just want to point out how good a horsepower they've had. as well as our pit crew. So just proud of everybody
Season
here
Fingers,
on the
what's up?
Chevy Mayo team.
How do you want Justin to play this restart here? Do you want him to try and find the 8?
No one's talking about Noah Gregson's run today in the top 5.
Obviously, but what if the other cars, as the cars fire here, by the way, how do you want him to play this restart?
Yeah, for sure. We need to find the 8. As a JRM teammate, we need to try and help him get in to the playoffs and get him a win. Obviously, we want to win ourselves, but always looking for your Chevrolet teammates and your JRM teammates. So hopefully they can link up and stay connected for a little bit and get out front.
There you go, and the car's fired, Rick. Maybe that's the best news of all. Looks like we'll get a full distance finish here at Michigan.
About a 15-minute red flag there as they were able to drive turns 3 and 4 very quickly, to the delight of the fans here in the grandstands. They want to see this one end under green.
It's going to be an interesting one with so many cars low on fuel.
Duke's Mayo
these restarts
or nothing.
Just always so crazy.
Yeah, and the other thing is you got some guys like Parker Kligerman, Chandler Smith, Ryan Sieg.
Wow,
they
appreciate
pitted
it, Michael.
on lap 119.
See, we get to 600
they're gonna
likes,
be trying
y'all.
to make some stuff happen coming from the back. And how many times have we seen a caution create another caution and create another caution? It's going to be some very aggressive driving when they drop the green flag.
We were hearing drivers, in particular Austin Hill, they were saving fuel just coming off of pit road.
Well, you see them as the fans are getting excited. These cars are on the flat. They're making sure they get as much
What
fuel.
is
Because that's really the
GM
thing.
going to do
A,
for
do
a
you have
V8
enough
performance
fuel
car since a Camaro is
principle?
done?
But
I don't
B,
know.
is it in the
I don't
right
think they
location
know.
in the fuel cell? When you go to wide open throttle on the restart, you're asking for instant fuel delivery.
They bring back
instant
the
fuel
Impala.
pressure. Just a little air bubble in that system,
Lumina?
or just an air
How
pocket,
about the
or just a
Lumina?
little bit of miss could be disaster.
And it's funny you said that because so many times we see cars on low fuel. The crew chief will say, hey, we got a couple laps left, and they go to drop the green flag and the car won't go. It does, it runs out of fuel. You talked about the fuel going into that pickup box, and I mean, it is not unusual in these types of situations to have a crash on the front straightaway because somebody
I don't
just
know,
doesn't
Corey.
get
I don't
going.
think it's going
It
to
seems
happen.
counterintuitive, Rick, but there used to be a procedure we would go through. So you come around, take the white, take the choose, coming down the backstretch, swerve to make sure you fill the box, but then actually counterintuitive, but raise the RPM
And
for a little bit.
cautions.
In case there is any sort of bubble, or just make sure that the system is fully ready to go. Now, while that does burn a little extra fuel, it also makes sure that the fuel's
The
there when you're ready to
Chevelle.
ask for it.
This will be the choose as they come by this time. Letting them know next time by they will get the green flag.
What makes this even more of a challenge is
In
the
tow.
way this package races with reduced power. If you line up and you get a great start and the guy behind you runs out of gas and your help is gone, your race is over. Your help is gone, you're done right there, and they're going to be going by you. That's why who lines up in front of who right here is a major point.
And right away we see Creed follow the 7 up to the top.
Interesting. I actually, seeing how low the 8 is on fuel, I think that's better for Allgaier. My fear was that the 8 was going to line up behind him as a teammate and run out of gas and kind of leave him sitting.
Creed got his teammate.
Should bring the Monte Carlo back.
John Hunter Nemechek lined up behind him.
Yeah, it's almost over.
So it'll be Allgaier and Sammy Smith that will be on the front row.
And let's just remember back to the Cup race at Indianapolis. We saw the 6 of Brad Keselowski come to pit road. If that happens in this situation, that lane moves up. Remember, that's how this all works. There was a change at the front of that race and a little confusion on the restart. Well, right now, the control car is the 7. He will remain the control car unless he has to come to pit road. But if anybody else pulls off, you just pull up. You don't change rows. You don't re-choose.
And just a reminder, Allgaier last came to pit road on lap 69. The other cars up here, Creed, Sammy Smith, Nemechek,
All right, here we go.
Gregson, Taylor Gray,
600
all
likes,
came
let's
to
get
pit
there.
road at lap 62. Austin Hill, 62. So 7 laps fewer fuel for those cars that are racing against Allgaier.
Sammy's
No one's
doing
gonna be
this.
close.
Like, I think he's going to run out of fat
Level we
gas
have not
here.
seen so far today.
Come on, boys. No wrecks.
A lot
Nice
of
and
on the
clean.
apron.
Green
So
flag. Let's go.
They come into turn 4 here and have to be 2 by 2. They close the gap up. Pace car is
Don't
on.
wreck.
Overtime from Michigan. Presented
Don't
by
wreck.
Credit One Bank.
Here we go. Oh.
Stacked up the first 4
Here goes Allgaier.
And a very even restart. Now
Smith dropping back. He's running out of gas.
But he jumps back in
Smith's
line.
out of gas.
That destroyed the energy on the outside.
Take the white flag there, Allgaier. Don't nobody wreck. Don't wreck.
He stays high and he'll clear him down.
Don't wreck.
The 18 stays back there. He's getting a
Creed's
shot.
gonna win this thing, baby.
Those 3 are going to try to surge ahead.
White flag.
Here comes the 30 on the
No matter
inside.
what happens, this is over.
He'll start to fall back.
Oh, that's Allgaier. Sorry. It's not Allgaier. Allgaier gonna win this thing, not Creed.
White flag one more time around.
Come on,
Michigan.
Pasta. E4.
Has Allgaier gotten too far out in front?
Pasta's gonna be top 5, Tom. Oh!
Creed to the bottom of the racetrack. He
Flip.
still has a little bit of help.
The
with
28. Wow. The
Down
28.
the backstretch, the field. 2 by 2 for 5th and a big wreck. The 88 gets caught up in Carson Quapple. The caution comes out. That will end the race. Upside down.
Wow.
Goes to 28.
Top 5 for
So
Fast
Kyle
Pasta.
Sieg
Let's
back
go.
on his wheels. And Allgaier will win in Michigan.
Picked it. Let's go.
The winter net is down for Kyle Sieg as you see him taking the steering wheel off and about to climb out. That would have been an interesting battle through 3 and 4 if the caution would not have come out.
What a wreck.
But let's take another look at why this caution came out.
Yeah, 3 wide down the back straightaway. Like somebody got in the right rear.
Oh, the 28 went up on Chandler Smith's roof.
Sieg upside down into the wall.
Wow, and a long slide all the way down to the grass and then flipped back over.
You haven't had a Michigan flip in a while.
Fortunately ends up on
And
its
Creed
wheels.
finishes second
I couldn't
again.
tell what started it, some back and forth, but the result, the 28 upside down, NASCAR making the absolute correct decision, instantly putting the yellow out. Such a severe accident, you got to get safety workers out right away to these drivers. I think if the cars kind of would have stayed going, we could have seen that race back to the line, Rick. But as soon as any sort of impact, I think the 88 impact in the outside wall was really enough to throw the yellow, but either way, that was it. Finish of the race. Here we go. So it seems like it's hard to tell, but 45 gets into the right rear of the 88, gets the car spinning.
That's a scary wreck. We'll see.
Over 3,000-pound cars flying through the air is never a good sight.
There it starts right there, and then just the speed that Kyle was running
Allgaier.
around in the 81 of Chandler
I think it's
Smith,
2.
kind of pushing him at the same time, gets the car launched.
And that's kind of what happens. These cars are designed with the roof flaps to keep them on the ground. What you see is there's the driver right there getting out, you know. But when you see another force, like another car pushing on it, it changes the physics just enough that we've seen the cars go in the air.
We'll listen to Allgaier do his thing, and then we're going to call it a night.
Career win number 25 for Justin Allgaier, his first win here at Michigan. And he breaks the tie that he was in with Tommy Houston and Dale Earnhardt Jr. and moves him into 10th all-time in the NASCAR Xfinity Series win list. Through the hatch he will come. Dave.
And there he is, Michigan International Speedway, your winner, Justin Allgaier. A lot of Allgaier fans have been coming out here for years hoping he would win here at their home track, and he's going to do it today. Justin, can you believe it? You finally won at Michigan International Speedway, buddy.
Yeah, hang on here. I'm not very fast at this.
Trying as best he can. And you now possess 10th position all-time in the NASCAR Xfinity Series in wins.
I feel like I had to win because Dale Jr.'s running Bristol, and we all know he's probably going to win that race after last year. So just cannot say thank you enough to this team, all these guys standing right here. The effort that's been put in has been incredible. We did not show up to Indianapolis 3 weeks ago like we wanted to, and these guys have worked tirelessly through this break. And cannot thank Meyer and Hellman's, everybody that's a part of this program, Brand Fresh, Agriculture, Chevrolet, Hendrick Engine Shop. I mean, it's just, it's truly special. And when you're in Michigan, the manufacturer's backyard, these fans, I could hear them all chanting whenever we were sitting in the car in the red flag. But I hope whoever got turned over here is okay, and we'll go on and celebrate this one for a while.
Congratulations, Justin Allgaier winning at Michigan.
2 red flags and overtime.
All right, so Allgaier wins here at Michigan. Good race. Glad we stuck out for the full finish. So, all right, guys, I'm going to call it quits. We got some stuff going on. I got to get out of here and head out to our plan. So I want to thank everybody that joined us tonight. Thanks for all the subscribers. Thanks for the new members. Thanks for all the likes. We got over 600 likes. What a crowd tonight. Another fun. And that flip. That's right, Mole. So appreciate everybody being here. But hey, Fast Pasta, I see you in the top 5. That is awesome. Good run for Fast Pasta. But thank you guys for everything. And there's Pasta. There he is right here. So thank you guys so much. Hope you guys have a good Saturday night. We'll see you tomorrow for the race. Look for the stream to be up later on tonight. Thanks to Lovely Wife for doing all the Lovely Wife things that she does. I love you. And I want to thank my mods for moderating. And I want to thank the members for giving their hard-earned money back to the channel. And I want to thank you for watching today. I hope you guys had a good time. I had a good time. We'll see you soon. See you tomorrow for some NASCAR racing. If not, we'll see you next week. Until then, my name is CeeLo. On the Go at CeeLo is the channel. Make sure you hit the like button on this stream. And subscribe if you're watching on a replay. 20K tomorrow. You guys got a lot of work to do. We'll see if we can get there. See you guys. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Peace out.